Welcome to PCMC. I'm Mike Bongiorno. I'm joined today by Ms. Janine Gagliardi.
Hello.
How are you today?
I'm good. Now that we've chased my children up the stairs finally.
Yes.
They were desperate to see you, Mike.
Yet they don't, I don't think, care for me that much. They're just excited that a person's coming in.
They're excited that you're here. They want to show you everything that they own.
Luckily, it is relevant to my interests.
Henry he knows who you are. He's like excited about the idea of a podcast and like was hiding at the top of the stairs trying to watch the podcast happen. Peter is unsure, but he knows that you like Ghostbusters because of the tattoo, and also he thinks you might be his father. He was like, "Is Mike daddy?" I was like, "You know who daddy is? What?"
He knows that I have a Ghostbusters tattoo, yet he did ask me just now if I've seen it.
Right. Well, maybe you didn't. Maybe
I
you
just
thought
like
it was a cool design. Did you ever see Ghostbusters?
Yes.
I actually love that as a question for someone
I love that.
has the tattoo of the band. Did you ever see it?
Yeah, they were jumping around. They were going around on fucking the couch.
Yeah, this couch is taking a beating. It's less than a year old.
Is it really less than a year old?
It's less than a year. We'll have it for a year in October, and it's just they've demolished it. Bill's like, I just want to get 5 years out of this couch.
That's not.
The couch previously got like. I think we had it for like 17 years or something.
Oh yeah, of course.
And then when
no
the
one's
kids
jumping
came
on
along, it was like we had it maybe for 2 more years with the kids. It was like, oh, okay, we have to get rid of this.
No one's straight up jumping.
Fully jumping.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, please, let's get 5 years. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
We'll try. We'll try.
Good luck with that. Ugh. How's it going?
It's been busy. It's been busy the last few weeks.
Yeah.
I was telling you off the air. We had both boys are born in July, so we had their birthdays. Then we went to Universal, which was great. Now we came back. They have a series of like not serious, but they have a series of like medical procedures they have to get done. They're healthy kids, but
tattoo removals,
usual stuff like tattoo their eyebrows on.
Yeah.
They're really interested in that. Laser hair removal.
Sure,
all that.
You
stuff.
can never start too young.
No. So yeah, we have a few things that we have to get done. So I'm looking forward to like coasting through August, getting the back to school together. All that stuff is
As
back
a
to school
parent,
stuff. Do you see that at the end of the table? Like 2 big bags of back to school stuff.
Is there really ever a coasting time as a
No,
parent?
no, there really isn't.
Or is it just a carrot at the end of a stick that you will never reach?
Yeah, that's exactly right. Because even when they're adults, you'll still worry about them. Like once they're out in the world, it's like your head is always somehow like wondering about them, worrying about them. Like it never ends.
Especially Peter, right?
Oh,
Henry's going to be like a nice certified public accountant. And Peter's going to be like a roadie or something.
Oh, yeah, probably. Most likely. Peter, we hope for Peter.
He's going to be the trouble one.
I hope not troubled.
Not troubled, but he'll be trouble for you.
Well, he's already trouble for me. They call him the tornado.
He does have a great deal of energy.
He really does. He
showed me his proton pack. It's the literal size of him. I don't know how he puts that on.
He puts it on. He lugs it around. He's strong. When he woke up from surgery the other day,
he punched out the doctor.
Punched everyone in the room, including the nurse.
Yeah.
We got kicked out of the hospital. Yeah. Usually they make you wait to like drink something.
Get this kid out.
So that they know that like your insides are okay. They're like, you don't have to wait. They took the IV off of him, which they usually wait till after he drinks.
He ripped it off with his teeth.
Took it off of him. And the nurse was like, you should go. We're like, oh, okay. So Bill had to carry him out like long ways. He had no shoes on.
Long ways.
And he, with his finger in her face, went to the nurse, you are a poopy head. And
wow.
Yep. He was screaming, I hate doctors. He was he was a wild man when he woke up. He was kicking, screaming. He pulled Bill's hair. If you got close to him, he tried to bite you.
What was?
It was just anesthesia, like leaving his system.
Right.
He made him a total nutcase. Like,
wow.
It was, I mean, Yeah, we've never seen anything like that before. We're like, oh,
It's an immovable
shit.
object. Like
He's the world's
moving.
most stubborn person. So like the fact that we made him do something when he woke up, he was raring to go. He was very upset.
Had medical professionals he wanted to chastise.
He was done. He had it with them. Yeah.
Wow.
Yep. So that was that.
Well, things sound great.
It's going very well over here, as you can see.
Well,
are you smelling this candle smell? I'm not, because my
it's too far from us, but I do see it and it's lovely. It's Forest Adventure.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, Magic
AKA
Candle Company,
aka
ET.
I can't smell it.
I can kind of smell it.
Let's do some news.
Okay, let's do it. I'm interested in news. What you got?
Oh, stuff is going on.
What's going on?
Let's see. All of the news today is very childish.
Oh, is it?
I'm seeing.
Okay.
Are you familiar? Have you ever heard of the television show Jellystone? !
Well, I imagine it's a Yogi Bear.
Yogi Bear fronts it.
He fronts it.
He is the main. I was going to say dog, but he's in fact a bear.
He's the top bear.
Yes, but it's a cartoon. It's a current Cartoon Network show.
Okay.
But it has a lot of Hanna-Barbera characters. It's sort of like one of those, almost like a throwback to like the Laugh Olympics. Like it's just a bunch of. It's mostly Yogi Bear, but then like a bunch of other Hanna-Barbera characters.
Okay.
Okay, so they have coming up a big crossover event.
Oh?
It's an episode of this show, but the episode is called Crisis on Infinite Mirths.
What?
Which is...
Avengers could never.
Great. So this is going to be... Crisis on Infinite Mirths is coming up soon. They were just talking about it at Comic-Con. There's a list of the characters that are going to appear in this.
Penelope Pitstop, baby. Tell me she's in it.
She might be already in it.
Oh, okay.
I think a lot of the characters in it are from that period.
All right. I named my first car after her. I loved her so much.
Oh, yeah.
Wacky Racers.
Here's who's going to appear on this show. The Powerpuff Girls.
Oh, okay.
Dexter's Laboratory.
Sure.
The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's all of that era.
Evil Carne, never seen it. Mm-hmm. Ed, and Eddie.
Okay.
Regular Show.
Oh.
Camp Lazlo. Mm-hmm. Adventure Time.
Wow.
Chowder.
Yeah.
Time Squad. Okay. Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends.
Oh, wow.
Cow and Chicken.
Okay.
Johnny Bravo.
Nice.
Samurai Jack.
Okay.
Codename Kids Next Door.
Okay.
Ben 10.
Okay.
Whatever Happened to Robot Jones. I have no idea what that is.
I don't know. My
Gym Partner is a Monkey.
Okay.
The Marvelous Misadventures of Flapjack.
The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel.
That would be... What a crossover.
Flapjack. I've heard of Flapjack. Yeah.
So it's going to be... it was previously teased that... I'm reading comic book news. It was previously teased that over 60 Cartoon Network characters would be appearing in Jellystone crossover special, but the full roster of shows and characters has yet to be revealed at the time of this publication. So there could be way more than this too. The fact that it's called Crisis on Infinite Mirths makes me wonder if they're taking the multiverse concept from the comic book Crisis on Infinite Earths, which was DC's like multiverse. Mm-hmm. It was actually DC's way. I forget when they did it. The 80s.
It was like cleaning up.
Yeah, it was a way of
various.
Yeah, it was a way of
had.
like resetting continuity and kind of starting fresh again.
Yeah.
That was before everything was fucking multiverse.
Yeah. Which is wild to me because they. I don't know if this is part of your news, but basically, like, if we're talking Marvel, they meticulously constructed this canon only to end with like, okay, now we're going to do multiverse and just like fuck it all up.
Right. Now everything is,
which is fine because then you can get interesting storylines because we've discussed canon, you and I, and then we find it suffocating. But
yes,
I do think as Crisis on Infinite Earths, which predates all of this ever happening. Yes. I mean, even Marvel Civil War, it does get messy at times if you want to tell like one story that makes sense.
Well, it's the thing. You probably haven't seen Deadpool because you've been really busy.
I have. I sure have. No, I haven't seen it. I have been busy.
Me and Jen saw the new Deadpool.
Okay.
And I guess these are mild spoilers, but there is no story. It's just cameos. The whole, like, I enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah.
Because I'm a human who has affects. You know what I mean? But it's barely a movie, and I can't see myself ever watching it again.
Really?
Because
a cameo. Deadpool 2 is like your comfort movie, right?
Deadpool 1. I think
1.
Deadpool 1 is amazing.
Yeah.
Still the best one. Still one of the best superhero movies. Deadpool Shot Put 2.
Cannonball Run.
As well.
Yeah.
Deadpool 2 is okay. And this new one, it's just look, and that you only have that once.
Yeah.
You don't get look more than once. It only has. It's like a one time like magic trick. It's gone.
Yeah. The Austin Powers movies did this as well.
Right.
By 3, the opening credits with
Yes,
all the cameos,
yes,
and then it's like, oh, cool.
Yeah.
There it
But
is
the difference here is like. It's partially celebrity cameos, but it's also character cameos. Look, it's this person. Who would have thunk it? And so this thing we're talking about, Crisis of Infinite Mirths, obviously will be that.
Yeah.
But it's also like, maybe it fits in something this stupid. You know what I mean? It's a little kiddie thing.
Yeah. And it can
Although
be
regular show is like skews much older than these other things.
Yeah, you have these age ranges for things where it's like the 7+ crowd, but then there's sort of almost like I feel like 10 is a real cutoff, and then also by the time they're teenagers, they're not really watching this stuff, but I feel like you can get away with it for Adventure Time, certainly, but regular show also I think will fit in there.
Yeah.
But like, I watched Powerpuff Girls when I was a teenager. Like a lot of my friends did.
Yeah.
We thought it was funny.
Yeah, Powerpuff Girls.
I had like Powerpuff Girls pajama pants when I was in high school.
You and I went to see the first Aqua Teen Hunger Force movie when it came out.
Oh yeah, but that's Adult Swim.
But remember, Powerpuff Girls had a cameo in that.
Oh, I don't remember that.
I remember it because I remember the audience being excited by it.
Yeah, I'm sure
there was 2 cameos. There was that and a cameo from Space Ghost, and both got a big pop from the audience.
Yeah. Because Space Ghost was like the first Adult Swim show, basically. Space Ghost Coast to Coast.
Yeah, and Aqua Teen Hunger Force is sort of a spin-off of Space Ghost. There were characters that appeared on an episode they never aired.
Wow.
And then they were like, even though we don't think this episode's good enough to air, let's make a show out of it.
And when Space Ghost, and then it was like C-Lab.
Yeah.
I loved that. I love those early days.
Yeah.
And I remember the early Cartoon Network days when they would only show Hanna-Barbera cartoons.
Yes.
Like when it first started.
Yeah.
And that's how I learned about Birdman.
Yeah.
And then became Harvey Birdman, Attorney at Law, which is another show.
I think a good show.
I love all that stuff. I love the Hanna-Barbera stuff. Watch the Snorks.
Yeah.
It's like the Snorks is the one that like your girlfriend tells you not to worry about when you're a Smurf. Yeah, so I loved all that stuff. And I was actually like a little sad to see that the Hanna-Barbera ride is gone in Universal. It's not there anymore. It's Minions Mayhem. That whole area became a Minion land.
Okay. It's not a Young Sheldon ride.
No. But I can tell you this, the Jimmy Fallon ride, don't sleep on it. It was one of our favorites. And like on the last day, I was like, you got to pick your favorites. And everybody was like, the Jimmy Fallon ride.
Really?
Actually very good. The ride itself. Yeah. It's a lot of fun.
Okay.
Don't knock it. And as a 30 Rock fan,
sure,
it was really cool to go into the building.
Oh, you go through like
because you go through.
30
it's
Rock?
like 30 Rock. It's great. Yeah,
that's fun.
And they have everybody's a page. Like anyone who works at the ride is a page, which is really cool. So that was fun.
That is fun. Do you go back in time and see like John Belushi doing coke in a corner?
No, it's just a race through New York. So like you go through like all New York monuments, and then you go to outer space for some reason.
Sure.
It's all fun.
All right. Well, so I think that this is a cute idea. I think the multiverse idea is cute. I think it's played out already in
I
mainstream.
Agree. Yeah.
And Deadpool does this thing of making fun of it and saying it's overdone, but also doing it. Mm-hmm. Like, hey, it's okay that we do the thing because we're pointing out that it's not good. And it's like, well, you're still doing it. Mm-hmm. But this is a fun idea. Things like this is fun. I'm totally for shit like this.
Why not?
So have you ever watched The Toys That Made Us?
Yes. I haven't watched the entire series, but I have watched a few episodes, but I know it's coming.
It's been gone for a few years, and people thought it was all the way gone.
Right? Yeah.
And then they announced 2 more seasons. And then
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I know what is coming in the next season, though.
Just a couple days ago, they released a trailer, which was sort of based on... It's a parody of the trailer to the new Indiana Jones movie.
Jesus.
And they...
Everything's just a hat on a hat on a hat.
I know. But in the trailer, they release all of the topics. Mm-hmm. So the one you know is
Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters.
That's right.
Very excited. And from the comments, it seems like people are very excited about the Ghostbusters episode.
Let me tell you something. My fandom of Ghostbusters was so minimal prior to Peter getting into them that I was just like, yeah, sure, Ghostbusters. I like Ghostbusters. It's great. My name is Janine. I know all about it. Not really. It's fine. I've seen the movie.
Yeah.
And now it's like, oh, I know that's from this line, and we got all the toys, and now it's like the mug I drink out of in the morning is a Ghostbusters mug, which is extremely cool mug, by the way. That's from the new line. Ooh. We visited the tribute store, and then the next day, they were like that part of the store was gone, and they put in this whole new stuff. So when we went back, we're like, wait, this is all new.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's brand new merch. But yes, so now I'm
seething
excited.
with jealousy.
What's nice is like Bill and I were saying, we'll be fans of Ghost. Like he and I will be Ghostbusters fans for the rest of our lives because whenever we see something with Ghostbusters, even if Peter's not into it anymore, we'll be like, oh my God, it's Ghostbusters. Peter loves this. And we'll be like sending him pictures when he's like 35 years old and be like, Mom, I don't, okay, thanks.
I wonder if like our parents have that feeling.
I do remember.
I do remember Ghostbusters came up in a conversation not that long ago with an uncle of mine. Mm-hmm. And he said, I should have got an Academy Award for how many times I had to watch that fucking movie. So I don't know if he has good feelings about it.
Some things you definitely feel that way about as a parent. But like other things, it's nice. It's like your own nostalgia for your child's age that they're not going to stay forever.
Sure. No, right, exactly. They're not going to like it. But then they'll turn 28 and like it again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they have to go through the whole journey of pulling away and then being disaffected and I'm angry or whatever. Who am I? Blah, blah, blah. And then you come back to like, I have a job and I'm cool. You know what I mean? Like it's a whole journey.
I have my own money. I'm going to buy the things I like.
That's the thing that's so interesting to me about life, which is like when you're like a teenager, you feel like this is it, man. And now that I'm almost 41, I feel like that was not it at all. Like that's a little blurb, like a little blurb that like is just like you're just a balled up fist that's just like
you're ready to go, but you can't do anything.
And now life is like so much more.
You don't have
life.
Your own money, you don't have your freedom, right? So
you're just like running into walls with energy.
And journals from that time period. Not because I was like so angsty, but because I had like nothing to do but think about like, what's my life going to be like? What do I want to do? What do I want to do? And now I'm like, I don't have a moment to put like a thought down, like let alone. And it's just like because you're just living, right? Yeah. Like you're just living the life now. You're doing it.
I like getting older. I just like it.
Well, it's a privilege to get older.
It is.
It is.
So besides
we should all be so lucky.
Ghostbusters,
yes.
Here are some of the other topics. Superhero toys.
Okay.
Marvel and DC.
Sure.
American.
It's so broad.
I know.
Like, what are they going to do?
This next one's broad. American Greetings.
Oh.
They're a gift card company.
Yeah.
But they also made Care Bears and Strawberry Shortcake. So I guess
did they
those
make Rainbow Bright too. I feel like that's
maybe
they maybe did.
They might put those all into one episode.
Ooh, because she has like the same face design as
yes, I think she might be.
Yeah.
Hot Wheels, Nerf.
Wow. Okay.
Polly Pocket.
Yes.
Pokemon.
Okay.
And here's the one I'm really excited about: fast food toys.
Yes. The McNuggets.
Speaking of fast food toys.
Yes.
Do you remember one of my favorite fast food toys ever? And I was like in high school. I was thinking about this because for Halloween this year, our theme will be Universal Monsters.
Ooh, yes, that's right. Very exciting.
In 1995?
I thought you were giving me like a sneak peek of yours and Jen's costumes. I was like, you're going to be Universal? No, I know what we're doing. We're doing the episode. You should be Universal Monsters.
I know. I
can tell you what the boys are going to be, but go on. Later.
Thank you. In 95 and 96, Burger King did Universal Monster Toys.
Oh.
And it was like, do you remember these?
No, I don't think so. Maybe
I
if
might
saw
still
them.
have them somewhere. They were really
Please
good.
bring them.
They were figures.
Yeah.
And it was Dracula, Frankenstein, Wolfman, creature from the Black Lagoon that lit up.
Wow.
I think I might be forgetting one. But anyway, you know, NECA Toys, the sort of like high-end, like, you know.
I don't remember these at all.
You don't remember those at all?
No. They're cool, though.
They're very good. They're very good.
They even come with like a little coffin.
Yeah, they came with stuff. They were very cool.
They didn't give Creature from the Black Lagoon anything. Come on.
Well, he lights up on his own.
Oh, okay. I see. Oh. You know.
They did things. Like, I think Dracula comes out of his coffin, and Frankenstein, he lights up when you put him on his table. Like, it lights up his
like
bolts.
it's a clear kind of, he's sort of has a clear skin.
I forget what Wolfman does. I think he breaks through like a barn door or something.
Yeah, he jumps out of the cellar.
Anyway, they are doing high-end, like, remakes, like, inspired by these toys.
Yeah.
That I'm not going to get because NECA Toys is so freaking expensive. But if I had stupid money, I would absolutely get them. Let me see if I can find, like, here's, these are, these, in the front are I'm showing you a picture. In the front are the originals, and then behind them, those are the ones that the NECA. So, like, this was a deal that they're remaking these. This was, like, it was, like, really good toys. And when I think of Universal Monsters, it's one of the things that I think about.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's so not on my radar at all.
I distinctly remember, like, taking the bus just to go to Burger King to get them. And I'm, like, 15, maybe?
Oh, wow. So you've always been into the Universal Monsters then?
Yeah, since I was a kid, because they were on VHS and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I think I found the movies themselves boring or like hard to watch. I was really just interested in when they were on screen, and I was interested in Abbott and Costello meets Frankenstein because that's all of them. Plus, it's funny.
Yeah. One thing I was going to ask you about is, have you seen the Mondo toy line for
yes, those are crazy expensive.
They're so expensive, but it's a set, so it's like $202 for a collector's set, and you get either Peter, Sam Hain, and something else.
Yeah,
and
these are Mondo, who I think Mondo is owned by Alamo Drafthouse.
Really?
Wow. They are doing a line of really well done, beautiful, real Ghostbusters toys, including like some classic villains from that show.
Right.
Because it seems the real Ghostbusters like villain toys never matched what was in the show, other than Slimer.
Right, you get like Gel Jaw.
Yeah, it was
like
all
a
it was
bird
all puns.
ghost.
It was all puns.
Okay. When they're all clear, I guess they all glow in the dark. Maybe not.
Oh no, those are the ones that would come with it.
But
they'd be like just regular figures of like a granny, and then like you push a button in her head, like her hat comes up, and you see she has a third eye. Like a lot of shit like that.
Right,
a lot of punny, kind of like fright feature-y shit.
Okay.
Those look gorgeous.
Yeah.
Those look really good.
I really like the Boogeyman a lot.
The Boogeyman
looks so crazy.
What a foe. What a foe he was.
Yeah.
Have you seen all of that show now?
Almost. We're into the era where it gets extremely weird, where it was like way too many cooks in the kitchen.
Yeah.
J. Michael Straczynski's not writing for them anymore. The voices are all over the place, and then they have like the animation style dips, like big time.
Really?
The quality, and they start bringing on these characters that look like they have designs almost from Tiny Toons. Like it doesn't match the animation style. It's like a scientist and his dog.
And
he's like, Precious, we're gonna catch this Slimer. And
that's what it became, Slimer in the real Ghostbusters, and it was just about Slimer doing shit.
Yeah, but prior to this character coming in, the credits change, but the storylines are still about the Ghostbusters primarily. But it's called Slimer and the Real Ghostbusters, so it's like this weird.
I don't know how they organize them.
Me neither. It's super weird.
There was technically speaking two simultaneous series. There was a Monday through Friday stripped show that was made syndicated, like made as a package. But then ABC also had a weekly Saturday show with the same designs and most of the same writers, and
Okay.
so like
That explains a lot of stuff
they're two shows basically.
where sometimes
that are
it's
one show.
Like sometimes in one season, it'll be Dave Coulier for like 2 episodes, and then it's like another Lorenzo Music episode.
That might be the jump
how
back
they
and
were
forth
produced,
between
yeah.
ABC and,
okay.
and syndicated.
So yeah, we're into that. I'm like, I don't want to buy another volume of this show. I'm like, I hate it now. Like, I don't like the storylines anymore.
Yeah, when that weird scientist guy comes in, and then like Luigi.
What?
You know what I'm talking about?
No.
Have you seen the Slimer opening?
Yes.
He has 2 friends. He's got a doorman friend.
Oh, okay.
And then a guy who Luigi who works at an Italian like a pizzeria. That's his friend.
Oh.
And they're friends, and it's about them doing shit.
We haven't gotten up to that yet. We've seen the opening credits, the change in the credits, but not those stories. Thank God for that.
It gets super weird. And then they also bring in a lot of actual children,
Yes,
little
the
kids.
Children are playing a big role now.
Yeah.
It's like orphanage children who are like the little Ghostbusters, Ghostbusters Junior.
Yeah.
Oh, no, this is not right. I don't like any of this.
So our last news story is one that I'm sure you've heard, and I'm just talking about it because let's talk about it. It doesn't thrill me. Nothing thrills me. No, that's not true. Lots of things thrill me, but Marvel doesn't.
Oh, I know what this
Robert Downey Jr. is going to play Dr. Doom.
This well is dry.
I know. There's one funny joke in Deadpool where Deadpool says something about, all of this multiverse stuff really sucks. Mm-hmm. And then another Deadpool variant who's very nice is like, I think everything's been great since Endgame, which is funny because this is part of the bad ones. But at least they're acknowledging that it's bad now. Well, okay, so they announced this at Comic-Con in a real big fucking deal.
Yeah.
And everyone, of course, there shit themselves.
Right. Well, because
And
Robert
people-
Downey Jr. was in the room with them, so that's
Yeah.
exciting, right? I guess.
And there's got to be some... It's not just he's going to be in it. There's got to be some multiversal reason why he looks like Iron Man.
Sure.
And
I'm sure they're not
there've
just
been
gonna,
shit like that in the comics, I believe. It's not just going to be he's playing. It's going to be he's Doctor... I'm sure he's really going to play him, but canonically, he looks like Tony Stark for some reason.
Right. But isn't in the multiverse, a person with the same name will be a different person, right?
Right.
Played by a different actor.
Yeah.
So now this person's face ended up on Victor Von Doom, not Tony Stark.
I have no idea.
I hate that.
I have no idea.
I hate it.
So there was a leaked trailer for the Fantastic Four movie, which looks good because I saw it.
Yes. I
And
did
before
too.
it was taken off.
Yeah.
And it's got
Bill
a
screen recorded it the second it was on because he's like, this is going to get taken down. I know that.
It's got a 60s ring-a-ding.
I like that.
Which I think is smart to lean into the...
Yeah.
Look at the last one, which I didn't see, though, that one. But the last one they made, a few years ago...
They've never been able to get this off the ground.
The
first one
was
mess.
a home mess. And then the last one...
I didn't see,
but it seemed like they were trying to be cool. And it's that's not what these guys are.
No.
At least it
it's
looks
a giant
like
rock
this...
man and a rubber band man. It's not going to be cool.
Right. It looks like this new one they're leaning into, this is early Marvel, and it's silly.
It's
and it
silly.
has to be silly.
Yeah.
And then the next 2 Avengers movies are called...
It's Doctor Doom is one.
One
of
is
them,
Doomsday.
right?
Doomsday. There's 2 more. And that's so I guess they're going to introduce... So I guess we're done with Kang, which is good because it feels like that whole period has been a real fucking mess.
Yeah.
So let's forget Kang.
Yeah,
and it looks like
honestly,
Doom is going to... And
what
you know
makes
what?
me
Doom is
sad
a
is
better big bad, I think.
Part of it that was great was the Loki series.
If you like the Loki series, you might like Deadpool because
Loki
it's very connected to the Loki
excellent.
series.
It was really good. Right. The TVA is in it. Yeah.
And they spend a lot of time in the wasteland.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Where there's that
The
big
show
thing that
is-
eats people.
Oh, okay. That's 2 episodes in Loki.
That's the whole goddamn movie
okay.
of...
But it's Loki's a great show. I recommend it to everybody. If you like Marvel, certainly. Even if you don't like Marvel, you can kind of jump in and jump out. If you have a small idea of who Loki is, it really doesn't matter what his history in the Marvel canon is for this show. It's very good. I liked it. Yeah. I just think it's a mess that he's Doom.
There have been bright spots. I liked Guardians 3. I liked it better than Guardians 2, although people seem to love that fucking movie. I liked Guardians 3. I didn't like Black Panther.
I didn't franchise.
I didn't see Marvel's. I started to watch Miss Marvel because I loved that comic, and then I was like, oh, this is nothing like the comic, and I kind of was turned off.
The first episode was so promising. Everyone was like,
and then it got so bad so quick.
Yes, everyone was like, oh my god, it's like if Marvel was directed by Michel Gondry, and I was like, hell yeah, I'm there. And I was like, this is very interesting. This is cool. No, totally dropped the ball.
No,
which stinks. She's a cool character. She's fun. She make her hands big.
I love the comic.
Okay, yeah,
the comic was so cool.
Kamala Khan. Or Kamala Khan. She pronounced it Kamala, right? Not Kamala. I'm just. You're
doing the opposite of the Republicans. These people.
No, but I think she pronounces her name Kamala.
Yeah, I know. These people pronounce her name wrong on purpose.
Yeah.
Which is like, what are you saying? That you can't learn a thing?
I know someone who calls her Pamela.
Well, I call her Mamala.
Mamala. Come down out that coconut tree.
What do you call it? This is not official news, but I saw that Maya Rudolph is coming back to SNL.
Oh, I saw it too.
Probably tomorrow. It's only like
99
days to the election, so
yeah.
This is the way it should be, by the way. Like this is the way they do it in other countries. Like, why is it years? It should just be fucking a month.
It's still long compared to other countries. Right. 3-4 months is like it would be forever in another country. They can bang this shit out in a weekend in the UK. Yeah. It's nuts. Yeah. I mean, I know these are much smaller nations that we're talking about, but and they're chaotic. Those governments are chaotic. Right, but our government's been pretty chaotic.
But we do it because there's a whole media complex based around it, like sports.
Right.
It's like a sports season that comes every 4 years instead of every year. Mm. That's all it is. Anyway, Robert Downey Jr. I like him as a man.
I think he. Okay.
I do think. I mean, just like objectively, could he be a good Doom? Sure.
I don't know. I actually don't know.
Although I don't really want to see Doom's face.
Here's the thing about Robert Downey Jr. I think he's a talented actor. I like him, but I think he kind of does one thing. Yeah. Even when he's Charlie Chaplin, even when he's playing like a journalist investigating the Zodiac, even when he's Iron Man, like he is always a, obviously intelligent, fast-talking, charming person. And I don't think of that as Doom.
Oppenheimer.
Okay, I haven't seen that.
But I get what you're saying. And also, let's face it, he's not pulling out his A game for Marvel movies. It's more like I'm coming here and having a good time showing my dick around.
I just don't see him changing it up for Doom. I'm going to be like, oh, okay, it's Iron Man. He's just wearing a different outfit.
Right. Yeah, it's just... the casting of it is whether it's good or bad, it could be read more as a negative portent for what's going on over there at Marvel and what they are thinking, because it feels like this is a decision to try to get juice flowing again.
Oh, like a stunt? This is stunt casting?
Yeah. I mean, absolutely, for fucking sure it's stunt casting. But but if this is what they're... I mean, talk about going back to the well. Like, if this is what they're doing, it's a real sign that things are done over there.
Yeah.
Things are absolutely done. And it's funny, and it's sad because it's been, 4 years since Endgame? They're going to outshine. They did something really amazing, and if they keep going, there's going to be more bad than good. Mm-hmm. And they're going to lose all the goodwill that they once had.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. They pulled off something that was really incredible.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
But going back to like...
They don't know when to quit.
Going back to the Miss Marvel comic, like, I remember that comic was less connected than this TV show was. Like the thing about Marvel Comics was, yes, they were in a connected world, and sometimes they cross over, but like that wasn't every single story. Like, people had their own little worlds, their own little lives. Like, the movies and shows are more connected than the comics ever were, which makes it all feel so small.
Yeah. Or they'll adjust things from the comics to make it connect to the world where you're like, what? That's not necessary.
Right. They changed Miss Marvel to match the powers that Captain Marvel has in the movies. she has, because in the comic she has a thing where she can like grow or shrink and do things with her body.
Yeah.
Whereas in the show, she has like the powers based on the crystal, whatever the fuck, and she kind of does the same things with those, but it's not really her powers, which is like cool to see her make like a giant hand.
Can't make her. Yeah, she can make like the crystal project a hand.
Right.
Make her hand bigger.
Right. Yeah. All right. Let's talk about trailers, Daddy.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
What's first?
Let's talk about the bad one first.
Okay. Which one?
What do you think is the bad one?
I mean, I think you probably mean Hellboy.
Yes, I do mean Hellboy.
Okay.
Hellboy.
Is
the
it
bent neck lady?
The bent neck lady. Yes, that's immediately what I thought. The Crooked Man.
The Crooked Man.
Right.
Is it a Shudder original? Is that what you asked?
Is it a Shudder movie?
No, but I'm sure it'll be streaming on Shudder before it ends its first screening. See it on Shudder while you go home.
I'm like, oh boy. Okay. It's like from the original creator, Mike Mignola. It's like not from Guillermo del Toro, not produced by Guillermo del Toro. We're not in that world anywhere.
Yeah, we got nothing to do with anything.
We got no names. We got nobody. We got a character.
I, of course, like the Guillermo del Toro ones. I didn't hate the last one.
I didn't see the David Harbour one.
It was all right.
I feel like it came and went.
For sure.
Yeah.
It was a big old...
Was it a COVID release?
Yes, I think it was.
Okay.
But even if it wasn't, I promise it would have failed. But but it wasn't terrible. This looks dull. But know what it is?
It does look dull.
And there's 2 trailers on our docket today that are doing similar things, which is they're trying to go from adventure to horror. And I feel like it's hard to go back. Like... In the case of Alien, they're going back, and we'll talk about that in a minute.
Yeah.
But in this, they're like, it seems very clear like they're trying to make this a horror movie.
Yeah.
And it's like, but I already have seen him be jokey and fun. Like, I can't, you're not going to scare me. It just seems dull and barren. Doesn't the whole thing feel like...
It feels like they don't have a lot of money.
They spent all the money on the makeup.
Yes, and they didn't have a lot of filming locations.
Yes.
Like, they just had, like...
It's a cabin.
Like, one house and a little patch of woods. Yes.
It does not... It looks dull.
It feels like they don't have much to work with.
It looks
so we'll
dull as
see.
dirt.
The comics were there. I don't know if you've read them, but
nope.
Okay. So the comics.
Can't read.
You could look at the pictures. The comics do really skew with like a real horror bent. So in that respect, I am happy to see him in that world. However, the comics also, he's always like luminous against this background of like gloom and doom, right? Yeah. And the Guillermo del Toro movies are much more brightly colored.
Sure,
like, there's a lot going on visually in them. Very interesting visually. And this actually does look more like the comic, where it's like very dark backgrounds and like he's very bright.
Yeah.
But when you're coming out of all of that, all that money, right? That they
spent
on everything and going to this. If it started here and went the other way.
Sure, yes.
That would make more sense to me.
But what Guillermo del Toro did worked. Like the changes he made connected with people.
Yeah.
And that's why I think the average person, if they care about Hellboy at all, probably cares because of the Guillermo del Toro movies.
I read the comics after seeing that movie.
Right.
And was actually more surprised by how into the horror element it was, because I didn't really see it on the screen. Even though Guillermo del Toro is like synonymous with horror, he didn't really go super.
Well, he's one of those people like Tim Burton, horror. Where it's like he's not made a lot of horror. People like he's synonymous with it, but it's like you haven't really made a ton of horror movies.
No, I think his mainstream movies have horror elements.
Sure,
I think everything he touches has something like a little horrible. But yeah, I see that. Definitely.
Yeah. I think also that they have to do something different with the Hellboy design. Like, I think, you know, you had the very big prosthetic design that, what's his name had in the Guillermo del Toro movies.
Perlman.
Yeah, Ron Perlman. And then they kind of did the exact same thing with David Harbour.
Yeah.
And now it looks like they're doing the exact same thing again. Like, I feel like you've either got to go minimal, like bring it down a lot and just have him have red skin or whatever, or go the other way. Because I know from the little I've seen from the comics, he's like just a big old fucking square, right?
Yeah.
Like, make him be like 9 feet tall.
It's
Like,
very blocky.
Make it be animated. Like, go the other way. It feels like they haven't done anything new with the makeup, especially because this is the second reboot attempt.
Yeah.
Like, do something different with the makeup.
Yeah.
You've hired somebody different. David Harbour's out.
Yeah.
So fucking...
I would say this is a no-name, but he has been in stuff. It's
he's
just
handsome.
Very handsome. Yeah. It's a smaller actor. It just seems like they don't have money. And I feel bad because I do like this character. And it's tough to make like a movie like this that requires so much special effects and makeup without that much money.
Well, did I blink and imagine something? Is this movie produced by a production company called Ketchup?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, because they had that. I think it was that scene with the snake and the woman floating.
Yeah.
And then it was like ketchup productions. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
I don't need ketchup thrown in my face after seeing like
what is happening?
a woman having her body broken by a snake.
Who made this motion picture?
Oh, it's like the woman in bed, like it's swallowing a raccoon. I was like, guys, I don't need any ketchup with this.
You know, I'm not. I have a complicated relationship with jump scares. I feel like if you want this to be scary, you should fill it with a ton of jump scares.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like that's what you'll need, I think,
to get butts in seats.
right? Because I think he's a hero, so like he's gonna save our day. Like we've seen him save the day so many times. I don't have the same fear
As like a normal horror
as I
movie.
would if I were identifying with a character that isn't a hero. You know what I mean? Like, but it's like, I know he's fine. I know I'm going to be fine in his hands. You know what I mean? When I identify with him, I'm not going to be scared.
Yeah.
Think about like the Evil Dead trilogy, right? The more it gets comedic, the more heroic Ash gets, and the more Ash becomes basically just a superhero.
Yeah.
And you're not really scared that much anymore.
Right. The
Same
stakes
thing,
are low.
Yeah. I'd say the same thing is kind of true for one of the other trailers we're looking at, which is Alien Romulus.
Okay.
Which
yeah.
I'm excited for.
Okay. Who's directing? Any names attached to it?
It's
that we
directed
would
by the
know?
person who did the Evil Dead remake. Not the one that just came out.
Oh,
but
not the one in the apartment building?
Yeah, not Evil Dead Rise, the Evil Dead from 10 years ago, I remember.
Okay.
Or a while ago now. Produced by Ridley Scott.
It is produced by Ridley Scott.
It's a direct sequel to the original movie.
Is it a direct sequel to the
But
first?
yes, but it doesn't erase the others because if you recall, Aliens takes place like 200 years after Alien
Right,
because
right.
Ridley goes into a hypersleep
Yes.
and doesn't get woken up for like centuries.
Yeah.
So this is, I think, like right after part one, which is an interesting
What
way
is
to
the
do that.
Romulus? Is that the first ship? Is that the?
I know it's the name of the ship.
Because the Nostromo is the ship that
That they're in.
that
Yeah.
Ripley is on.
Yes.
But then in the beginning of the movie, they go to investigate like a beacon, right? That's
Yeah.
going. And is that the Romulus?
No, I don't know if Romulus is in it.
And not
at
in
all.
it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It
I
seems
thought
like
maybe
this
it was
is like
that
a-
Thing remake where it was like the story of the other station. You know?
Oh yeah. It seems like what they're doing with this is like they're like
This is
pulling
like
off
the
a
face,
heist,
right? They're trying to like strip a ship for parts,
and then they're
but
gonna
is
walk
it that
into.
ship? That same ship?
Oh, I don't know.
Maybe.
One
Right, then
cool-
they're going to sell them because these are expensive ship parts.
There's a triggering moment in it where you see a face hugger like force itself into someone's mouth. Like from the original movie, like that's how it works. It like
Right, but you always
it
see it
fucks
from
your
the back,
face.
but
Yeah.
like this is a close up
you
on
see,
the mouth.
you see him, and it's like trying to get in his
and
mouth.
he's like moving, trying
Yeah,
not to
yeah,
get in.
It's
you
like-
also
it's
see it like
it's unsettling.
getting pulled out
Yes.
of the mouth, which is gross.
I like that it seems like a real face hugger emphasis on
Yes,
this, and
very-
they're like
very-
jumping like spiders.
Yes, very active face
Yeah,
huggers,
yeah.
like jumping all over the
Yeah.
place.
And I know it's very common now for trailer editors to use interesting songs. They used in this trailer Lucky Star, sung by Gene Kelly in Singing in the Rain. You are my lucky star.
Oh,
and
wow.
it's like echoing through it, and it's like, what? But also, I'm like, I'm in. I'm in. I like this series a lot. I haven't seen. The only one I haven't seen is Covenant, the very last one.
The last
But I
one.
liked Prometheus.
I like Prometheus.
And Covenant was like a sequel to Prometheus, but was a little bit more alien-y. And now we're back to way more alien-y.
Yeah.
I like that we have a female protagonist. who looks plucky. That's what you need.
She looks plucky. She's
And-
gonna shoot some aliens
Yeah.
right in the face.
And yeah, it looks super violent.
Yeah, it does. That like we know what's coming in that scene where that pilot, I guess, has the light.
Yes.
She shines the light behind. Yeah.
So this is what I'm saying, right? Like the first alien
But we're seeing a lot of this movie in this trailer.
Yes, we
like
are.
that's like a scene.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
The first alien is like a haunted house in space, right? And
Oh, it's so good.
the alien's barely in it, like, and you don't even really get a good look at it for a while. Like, it's kind of just like all light reflecting off of it. You have a hard time like getting a depth perception of like where it is, in contrast to the background behind it. And you don't know it's
all
weird.
black on black.
Yeah, you don't know it's weird gestation rituals,
Right.
and when you don't know like this turns to that, and then that jumps out of your chest. Like you learn all that along the way.
Yes.
And then 2 comes out, and 2 is like this adventure action movie. So then, can you go back?
It totally
Can you
shifts.
put the
David Fincher
genie
one
back
is
in the
weird
bottle? The David Fincher one is weird.
Too. Yeah. But I agree. Like the first one is pure space horror.
Yeah, and it feels like this is trying to be horror again, but I don't. Again, like
It feels horrible.
I don't know if I can. If
There's
I can
horror-
feel that way again.
There's horror elements to Prometheus, I feel. Like
I feel
it
like I
gets
know
really-
so much about the alien. You know what I mean? Like I know so much about the xenomorph. I've seen it in a million comics. I've played video games where I've shot thousands of them with big guns. How am I going to be scared of like one?
I know.
You know, I've got action figures of it. Like Hellboy. It's like once something becomes so known, like how can you be scared of it? I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe this is just a personal axe to grind. Every couple of years, they'll do a Doctor Who episode with like Cybermen or Daleks, and the director would be like, "We really want to go back to the original and like make the Daleks scary." And it's like, I don't
Daleks
know.
aren't scary.
I don't know if that's possible.
They're not scary.
I guess they were in the '60s,
Nah.
but
I think of those little buttons all over them. They look like candy buttons.
well, all right. Well, Cybermen were more scary,
Cybermen I could see being scarier. They're like Terminators.
right? But you can't. I don't know if you go back. I don't know.
Well,
This looks fun
it looks
though.
like scary fun.
I'm
It looks like it's a hard R, which is great.
I love a hard R.
They say the F
Fuck.
many times in the trailers.
That's what you need. Yeah, I'm excited for it. When's the last time you went to Alamo?
Oh God, what did we see? We saw the new Despicable Me.
They
not
have,
too
you know,
long
like
ago.
they have like the I don't know what you'd call it. Like they have the silk press like big thing in the lobby. It's like lit up from behind.
Yeah, yeah.
And they change it.
Yeah.
It's a alien now
Whoa.
for Romulus.
Ooh. Okay.
So I'm hyped about. I'm excited to see this.
Are you gonna get the tumbler, the glass tumbler?
Probably.
Probably. What's so funny to me, I was thinking about just now, is like, remember we were talking about Scoob and
Yes.
how like they were doing aliens as the monster?
Yeah.
And I was saying like, I think they do that because it's like less scary than any other type
Yeah.
of monster, like for a kid's movie. But then I'm thinking like, some of the scariest horror movies, like The Thing and Alien, are alien movies. So
Yeah.
in the real realm of horror, aliens are actually terrifying and
Right.
quite scary.
Although those are two where you could argue like they're working with our like xenophobia and racism
yeah.
and like or like the fear of communism or whatever, you know, whatever it is, you're like other.
The other, yeah.
But
Well, I
yeah,
guess
of course
it's like the
aliens
whole
can
Twilight
be scary.
Zone too, right? I mean,
Yeah. So then the last trailer is Rick and Morty the anime.
is this like a series?
This is real.
It's
so a
but
couple
is it
years
a
ago,
movie or
it's a series. I think it's only like 6 episodes.
oh,
or
so
something.
like a limited series.
Yeah,
Okay.
a couple of years ago, they did like a few shorts like this, and
Yes.
people were really into it.
Yeah.
And then this series is, let me look it up again. It's like an actual series. Now, I'm a Rick and Morty fan, although I did not see the very last season. The first season without Justin Roiland.
I haven't seen that.
Because I'm on his side. No, I'm not. I just didn't catch it.
We're Team Roiland all the way. That's why we haven't watched. No, I'm kidding. Oh,
I haven't
Lord.
watched it.
Although I do think he was exonerated. I don't know.
I don't.
I don't know.
I don't care.
I don't know. Listen, he seems like an asswort, even if he is not a criminal. Even if he's not legally a criminal, he seems like an unpleasant person.
Yeah, he seems shitty. So, it's 10 episodes.
Oh, okay. That's a whole season.
Yeah, yeah, it really is. Directed by Takeshi Shano, who did
Now there's a
Lupin the
Japanese
Third
language version.
Yes, right, because in the trailer it
There's
says
this-
like the English language version.
Yeah.
I think this is cool. I think what's cool about this is not just that it's anime looking, is that I think, Justin Roiland's out, and I love Dan Harmon actually a lot, but I think he gets in his own way, and I think the longer he deals with things, the more his own self-loathing like gets into the project, and he starts to loathe the project, and the fans. It becomes a weird mess.
Yeah.
And I feel like this is cool to take Rick and Morty and that whole world out of their hands and let another creator just do a series with it. I mean, it's really, I can't think of another situation like this where it's like it exists and it's like, no, how about a different version like right now?
Yeah, where it's not like several years after the
Yeah, it's
project
like
ended.
it's gonna be like, and it seems that they have their own voices too. Even the English ones, it seems like
Yeah.
they don't sound like our.
I wasn't sure if it was because Justin Roiland had left and they had different voices, or if it was just like a new set.
I
for
think
this
it's a new
series.
set for this series.
Okay.
And I don't know, I don't know what to expect. It doesn't look that funny, which I'm fine with.
If it's just gonna be like its own thing.
The Rick and Morty comics are not really funny. They're more sci-fi-ish. And if this is just like weird sci-fi, like
I like that.
I'm for it. I think
Yeah.
it's a very cool idea. I'm for expanding it. Like the Rick and Morty got to a place where it was so self-referential that it was like Deadpool. Like it just like terminally cool, like too cool, like too up its own ass, and it's like
Yeah.
like I think there were some brilliant episodes as it goes on, but like I feel like the first season is just so pure and simple, and every episode's really great, and then it just got so fucking up its own ass, and then like out of anger or whatever, Dan Harmon was like, I'm sick of people waiting for us to reveal things, so I'm just gonna reveal everything at once. So like it builds and builds and builds, and then like in like one episode, in like this not last season, one before, like they just tell you the whole backstory of everything, and
Yeah.
and it's like, was that a spite move? Like what goes on in your life, Dan Harmon?
I hope he is a therapist.
I hope so.
I think like we're his therapist.
Do you know that he had one of those real sex dolls, and it was such a important part of his life that an ex-girlfriend of his wrote a show that was, I think it was on Apple or whatever, about a guy who has like a sex doll that like is his girlfriend. It's like, it came out a few years ago and it was written by one of his ex-girlfriends. Yeah. So, but they're not involved in this, which is good.
Great.
Also, you know what
I
else?
think he's brilliant, but I also think he's tortured.
Yes, no, I like him. I sound like I really don't like him. I like him. It's just I don't think I'd ever want to spend any amount of time with him.
No. Agreed. There's a lot of people like that.
Yeah. Also coming to Adult Swim is the new Junji Ito show with the spirals.
Whoa, it's actually coming out?
Yes, it's actually happening.
Whoa, that's been in like production hell for a long time.
It's actually happening. Adult Swim, I think, is I like Adult Swim right now. I like My Adventures with Superman. I like that it seems like in the early 2000s, like they were super into like a certain kind of like cutting edge college humor kind of thing.
Yeah.
And now it seems like they're back to like, we can just do shit. Like Superman is like in no way edgy.
Yeah. It doesn't all have to be the same brand.
Yeah, exactly.
I felt like at that point everything was trying to evoke that same type of humor.
Yes, exactly.
And just trying to out weird each other.
Yeah.
You know?
And then like in the 2010s, it became like we're so into it, we're just like David Lynch level weird.
Yes.
It's just like Too Many Cooks and like The Heart She Holler, which is like a horror show, but like it's a joke that it's a horror show. Like, haha, isn't it funny that this is scary? And it's like, what?
I don't take psychedelics, so I wasn't there with them.
Yeah,
I'm like, oh, sorry. Wish I could enjoy this.
Yeah. No,
Right, where in the beginning it was like the Boondocks were on, and like you had real good writing for shows.
Yeah. They're in a good place now.
That's cool.
All right, let's take a break. We'll come back with a chill session. Welcome back to PCMC. That's Pop Culture Man Children. I'm here.
We usually wait like at least 45 to 55 minutes to tell people the name of the show.
They know. I mean,
they know
they
it.
How'd
they find it?
I didn't see it before. I think I did at some point.
Maybe you did.
Didn't
maybe
I?
You did.
Who knows? It's late. I'm tired. I've been getting up early for me.
What's early for you?
No, I don't. I'm not playing this game.
You're not playing for you?
Yeah,
no,
because,
it's not going to be.
No, because you people, and by you people I mean people who have children.
Kids famously get up early.
You have this, but you all have this vibe of no one else can complain about their non-child life.
No,
you're like JD Vance. You're like,
I'm exactly like JD Vance.
You called me a cat lady when I walked in today.
Childless cat lady that's running this country.
I saw a meme that was like, what a 19th century thing to call me.
My God.
What are you going to tell me? I'm bad at darning socks as well?
You're a spinster. Yeah. No. I'm asking what's early because we've actually like
seven for me is early.
Seven's pretty early. 7, like if our kids get up at 7, we're like, no, please no. Like the other day they got up at like 6:45. I was like, oh, come on, can't we get you to go back to sleep? Especially in the summer, right? Like because during the school year, everybody's up early. You got to go to school,
right,
go to work. Right. But in the summer, I'm like, I'm trying, and sometimes I'm getting them to 8, which is so nice. It's so nice. Yeah. Other people have kids that just don't.
Can't you let them stay up later and that'll happen?
It doesn't really work. Sometimes it does. Other times it doesn't matter. They're just up. They're not like us. They're not built like us.
They aren't.
They want to be awake. The sun's out. They're out. They want to be up. They want to be doing things.
I don't want to be awake.
Me neither.
I genuinely do
I
not.
never want to be
I don't want to be
awake.
dead, but I don't want to be awake.
I agree completely.
If you could be like, all expenses paid, don't worry about your bills, we will put you into medically induced coma. Where you will
every other year. I would love
your
that.
sleep debt is you're gonna wipe it out. Ooh. It's like winning the lotto and paying off your student loans. Your sleep debt is gone. You're gonna wake up. First of all, you're gonna be thin as a rail when you wake up. All right, you're gonna have a beautiful beard. You're gonna wake up feeling great.
Yeah, $1 million.
Sign me the fuck up.
I would love that.
Please.
That's I think.
But then my luck, I'd wake up in 300 years.
You'd be like, they left me in too long.
It would be beyond the Aquila Rift.
The world is all spider monsters. No.
All sexy spider monsters.
Oh man, I always thought hypersleep was so much fun, right? Like when you'd see it in sci-fi, you'd be like, yes, that's where I want to be.
Well, speaking of Alien, the beginning of the original Alien makes such a meal out of like them sleeping and then them waking up and then them eating and then them like they're moving their bodies, and it's so like I don't know, they really
so
meditate on the idea
world
of it.
building in that, yeah, I like it.
Yeah. So yeah, I'd love to do it. This is the chill sesh. This is the sesh where we chill, and we just talk about what we're chilling with. What are you chilling with?
I don't know. Universal on the brain. We just got back, and the kids have not let go. They're just watching YouTube videos, POV YouTube videos of all the rides to experience it again. Well,
can we talk about it now, or is it your obsession?
Oh gosh, it might. I mean, I guess it's my. I mean, it's really like all we've been thinking about and talking about. So maybe that. What have I been chilling with? The Acolyte. We watched The Acolyte.
Yes. Okay, this is good. We haven't talked about it on the show yet.
No.
You and I have differing opinions.
We enjoyed it. We really liked it.
I liked the last episode a lot.
The last episode was great.
It really secured for me the feeling that this would have been an awesome motion picture.
Okay.
Why was it stretched into this thing?
I agree. At times, it felt like it didn't need to be a series necessarily, but I did like the story. I was never like, I hate this episode. Like, I wish, like, there's series where, like, whole episodes, I'm like, we didn't need this episode. I never felt that.
You didn't feel that?
No, I didn't. Not about The Acolyte. I liked it. I agree with your point that it felt like a YA Star Wars story, which I liked about it. I thought that was cool.
You know, that new one, Skeleton Crew, is like legitimately supposed to be YA.
Really?
It's like young kid. It's like, I'm interested in it.
Well, they've already done like the little kids market. They have like a little kids Disney Plus show that the boys do not want to watch.
I did have episodes that I didn't like, and I had a real problem with a lot of the writing and the dialogue and the pacing and plotting and stuff. But it was a good story. The last episode had a couple of things that really made me go like, this is great. The scene where the senator is explaining to Vanestra like why he doesn't trust the Jedi, and he's like, you're not I forget what exactly he says, but he says basically like, you're not a religion, you're not monks, you're political creatures that get yourself involved in things. I was like, yes, like this is the vibe. This is like, it's what I love about Last Jedi. Like I love fucking criticizing the Jedi. And I like he's like, I don't trust you, and he has every right to not trust them because they're liars.
They're liars,
and everybody in the show is scared. You know,
that's what I liked about it. How procedural it was. How like Law and Order SVU it was. Like coming into things and then like discovering things and then being like, now we're going to cover that up.
Yeah.
How corrupt they actually are.
Yeah.
While, you know, moralizing everything for everybody else and being like, we're not like the Senate. They're corrupt. We're not corrupt.
Yeah.
No.
At first, I didn't like that they didn't have Yoda because they wrote it off in a sort of like, oh, let's not tell Yoda. But as the show went on, it made sense to me that Yoda wasn't there because he is the boss, and they're lying about things and they're hiding shit that you would hope that he would be like, no, we can't do that. I guess spoiler alert for the Acolyte if you haven't seen it. When what's the name of the main Jedi? The one from
Soul?
Yeah, Soul. When Soul died, that was intense. I was both sad and like,
I feel like he deserved it, but I was also sad because I liked him as a character, and I thought he was a good actor.
He absolutely deserved it.
Yeah.
And the other moment that really thrilled me was at the end, like the very end. You've got the two twins and what's his name?
Kimir.
Yeah,
I say Kimir.
Yeah, I think they call
Kimir,
or like they call him a name, like the
stranger.
stranger. Yeah, they're talking, and they're all basically Sith. And there are Jedi coming after them, and you as an audience member are like, oh, I hope they get away. I hope those Jedi don't get these Sith. Yeah. Like, you're on the Sith side.
Yeah, it really humanizes the Sith because they're usually monsters.
Right, and
literal, it's just like dark-eyed, glassy-eyed monsters that come out of a cave, which we saw in the last episode.
That to me I felt pandering. Because that's Darth Plagueis the Wise, the one who was Palpatine's a mentor.
Yes.
So and a lot of the fans were like they were dying to see it. And
so Leslie Headland said that she put that in specifically to make the end bittersweet, because she said otherwise you can read it as a happy sort of ending for them, like they're like holding hands, like looking off into the sunset. She's like, I wanted people to think like, oh, are they married? And then but when you realize like what is the Sith power dynamic, there can only be two, and now we have three. What's going to happen?
Right.
How is this going to end for them? It's not going to end well.
Yeah.
And we know Darth Plagueis keeps going. So, like, which one of them is going to go? Right.
And Darth Plagueis eventually has Palpatine as his, why can't I think of the word?
Acolyte.
No,
apprentice.
I was looking for apprentice. Yeah. So that would mean everybody in the show dies.
Yeah. Yeah.
But, I somebody already cut it into a movie.
Yeah.
To me, I think it would have been an awesome movie. I do feel like it just spun its wheels a lot in the middle.
There was a lot of criticism about they advertised that Carrie-Anne Moss is in this show, and then they killed her off in the first episode.
Bother me.
Not at all, because she's so much in the flashbacks. And it's a very flashback heavy show.
Also, a surprise is a part of dramaturgy. Like, I never am like, oh, you lied to me. Like,
yeah. Like Drew Barrymore was in the poster for Scream.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, you lied to me. Like, shut the fuck up. You think is Carrie-Anne Moss that big a fucking pull that they're like, oh my God, we're gonna get the Moss heads in here? Like, it's not like they were
it was nice to see her back in action, even though we recently saw her in the most recent Matrix. It was like, oh shit, Trinity's jumping off the walls.
But it's not like they were like, this Star Wars show stars Tom Cruise, and you were like, oh, this is gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
And then he's not in it.
He's not. Yeah.
It's fucking Carrie-Anne Moss. Come on. I really like the main girl.
Amanda Stenberg. Yeah.
Yeah,
she's
very
great.
good.
I thought she was great.
Two characters.
And I thought she was making a lot of subtle choices to differentiate them. Like, I always knew who it was, even when they did the old switcheroo.
Yeah.
I thought that was good.
Now, why
Soul's
when they
very good.
When they do them as children, do they cast two girls that don't look like each other? I don't know. I don't know what that choice was.
Maybe, you know how sometimes they cast real twins, but they're not identical. They're fraternal. I knew fraternal twins who looked almost identical. I think it's one of those situations.
Did not look alike. They looked like cousins, maybe.
They did look like cousins more than sisters.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they also had like the world's most beautiful woman as their mother.
Yes.
Kind of like, I'm like,
Yeah.
well, the other one was not contributing good DNA to this situation. She's very beautiful when she gets older, right? Amanda Stenberg is a very pretty girl. But like these kids, I'm like, oh boy, you did her dirty.
So it doesn't look like any of this will be resolved because it does look like they're going to do more of this. At least that's what the creator says. She says it doesn't look good.
Oh, no. That's sad.
Because they're saying nothing to her, which usually means...
Oh, that's like
That's
post all those interviews I sent you. Oh, that stinks.
Yeah.
She says she has more story there. Like she wants to do more.
There's clearly more
but
story there. But will Disney do it? I don't know.
Right, because now it's like this other... I don't know.
Well, again, it's like I have just critical problems with it. But then there are people that don't like it because there's blacks in it and ladies in it and gays in it, and it's just like I don't
gay
wanna,
witches.
I don't want to be with those people.
I need gay witch Star Wars.
Yeah, I want all gay.
The
witches.
other mother is still alive.
Yeah, give me all gay witches.
Yeah, I want all gay witches all the time.
Let me ask you a question, and I brought this up to you when you called me racist. Isn't it a little stupid to have a Wookiee Jedi?
No.
Now listen.
You're a racist.
Now listen. Listen.
I told you before.
Now look, Chewbacca was very good at fixing the ship. He obviously had a great mechanical mind. We saw him fix the ship. We saw him as a co-pilot.
Would you let a dog drive? No. If a Wookiee could drive, operate a spacecraft.
But then it could also be like, I don't know, a monk. I don't know. It feels like...
What?
Star Wars does this thing.
What?
You know, there's a Star Wars book. It's a Han Solo...
He has a family.
Lando book called, like, Last Shot. Uh-huh. And in it, there's a hacker.
Okay.
A hacker. And the hacker... No, it's an Ewok hacker.
No.
No, these are peasants. I'm sorry. They're a good 100 years away from hacker.
I don't see the Wookiees in that same light as an Ewok, because we are introduced to the Wookiees as like a species that can operate a space vehicle, right? Mm-hmm. Like we're introduced to the Ewoks as like they live in tree villages. Like we've only seen Kashyyyk like years and years after we were introduced to Wookiees. Mm-hmm. I mean, Life Day. Yeah. I guess they were on Kashyyyk, but like they had a house. It looked like the set of Step by Step. Like that's where they lived.
Well, but at the outside, looked like Kashyyyk.
Okay,
like it had like the hut kind of this look.
But they're very civilized. Like they have, family units, and they can. I get back to this thing of like, if nothing else, they can drive. We would not let, outside of Russia, we would not let a bear drive. Yeah. But you would let a Wookiee drive.
In Russia, bears drive all the time.
All the time. You get a taxi outside of the St. Petersburg airport, that's driven by a bear. Legally, they have to. So, because everybody else is in jail. So that, yeah.
Well, this is where
I think a Wookiee
the Wookiees are going to cancel me. This is it.
I agree that Ewoks maybe need a little bit more time, right?
So that's, I guess, I bring that up because I see it as similar in a way.
Okay. I understand where you're coming from, but I disagree.
Because,
I think a Wookiee can easily be a Jedi.
Okay.
And how scary that is, because a Wookiee on his own.
They also did nothing with him.
I know. I thought
absolutely nothing.
What a waste. What a waste.
Absolutely nothing.
What a waste of a tantalizing possibility.
The only time we see him do anything, he's actually possessed.
Yeah. By gay witches.
By gay witches.
So Wookiee Jedi possessed by gay witches. This show has everything.
But I did like that last episode, and I liked, like I said, it would be a great movie. I like there was at least one thing in every episode I was like, oh, that's interesting, but then it spun its wheels. But there was a lot of like, I'm going to tell you the truth about what happened that day. But hold on, I gotta take this call.
Yeah,
and then a whole episode goes by.
Yeah. What was with my man Basil? Running around the ship in the bowels of the ship.
What was he doing?
Well, I don't know what he was doing at any time.
Yeah.
I felt like someone wound him up with like a key in the back and just let him go, and he was just going the whole series.
How would you feel if in the next series Basil was a Jedi? You'd be cool with that? You'd be like, that makes sense
to me? He wasn't driving, he was smelling. If we only ever saw a Wookiee smell He's not the co-pilot.
He's the co-pilot.
They said he's like a dog. He's wearing clothes, but he's literally like a dog. They made him smell something that belonged
No, I'm talking
to.
about Chewbacca is the co-pilot.
Oh yeah,
Han is the one fucking doing the heavy lifting.
if
Rey takes over.
I got on my next Spirit flight and saw a dog as the co-pilot, which I very well might. Who
Yes.
knows with Spirit?
Spirit, yeah.
I would not be comfortable.
Yeah.
But if I saw a Wookiee, I'd be like, okay, well, they know how to fly. I mean, this one probably does, I assume.
Right.
I mean, Wookiees are just as capable as
Let me
any of
ask,
us.
but let me ask you a real question. Here's a
Okay.
real question.
Yeah.
You're in a horrible accident, and
Okay.
the EMTs come and they take you to the hospital, and your doctor walks in, and your doctor's a Wookiee.
Okay. Is it a surgeon?
Yes.
It's a surgeon.
How do you feel?
He must be very good. Because
There's no party that's like,
there's so
can
there's
I get
instruments are.
Can I?
Like, I'd love a second opinion. He has to be
Are
the
there any-
best damn surgeon
And
that
it was
ever
like, no,
lived.
I was like, oh, okay, I'll get you another opinion. And then like a Gungan surgeon comes in, and you're like, oh, you know what? Can I have the Wookiee?
I will take the Wookiee.
Yeah, the Wookiee, please. Thank you.
Oh God, which of these like Star Wars species would you prefer as your surgeon?
Yeah,
I don't want any of them because their hands are all so big,
they all have big hands.
really big hands.
The Rhodians, which is what Greedo is, they're
Yeah.
pretty smart. I'd take a Rhodian.
You take a Rhodian?
I'll take a
What do their
Rhodian.
hands look like? If they have three
They have-
fingers,
they
I
have,
don't
like-
want it.
They have like
They
they have like the round
No.
like froggy things at the end.
No.
Well, gosh darn it. Well, I still love Star Wars. I'm looking forward to. Oh, actually, I didn't say this. I read a bunch of the High Republic novels, and I think
Yes.
that was another thing that got me, which is like, I was excited because they were like, this is a High Republic show. It's the first like non-comic, non-novel High Republic thing. And it's at the very, very tail end of the High Republic. And it's the point of the High Republic is like the Jedi are actually good and not into politics. And that's not at all what the show
Yeah,
is.
no, it's
it,
not.
it felt like the show could have easily just been in the prequel era. And I wonder why not have done that.
Why not?
Like I read a cool
I guess
book
because they wanted
about
people to be like, this has nothing to do with the Skywalkers. Don't even worry about it. It's going to be its own thing.
like Vanestra. I read a book where she's the protagonist and she's like a Padawan and she's cool. She's got that lightsaber whip. And like the character that I see in Acolyte is nothing like that character, besides the name and bald green head. And it's like, so I went into with that baggage of wanting to, and also like there's cool like ships and stuff in the High Republic. There's no Sith. There's other villains that are, like I was like, oh cool, we're gonna get other villains. Like the main villains in the High Republic are like a conglomerate or a cartel of pirates called the Nile, and they're like kind of Mad Maxy looking, and they all wear masks and shit, and like they're very violent and crazy. Like I was like, cool, like we'll do something different, and then it's like, oh, we're doing fucking.
Well, they mention at one
Sith
point,
and
and I think
stuff
you were
and-
explaining this to me once about the High Republic novels, about like a horrible accident
Yes,
that occurred.
there's one reference to
She
it.
mentions it.
That's what
yeah.
caused the virgins that the twins came from.
Yeah.
Right.
Like this planet is near where that accident
Right.
was, and that's why.
Well, there was what happened was it was a ship. It was like a cruise that hit something in hyperspace, and hyperspace is like these little lanes, right? So because it exploded, like all over the galaxy, like things are just shooting out, coming out different weird, crazy places, and causing all sorts of damage and stuff.
Yeah.
And also, like, the big thing the High Republic is they have the Jedi build this, like, huge space station that's sort of like the opposite of the Death Star. That's supposed to be, like, a beacon of hope to the galaxy. And that's not shown in this. That's not seen it. They're on Coruscant.
Coruscant, yeah. But it's cool to see that Coruscant is not as built up. Like, not even close.
Yes.
I think the show introduced a lot of interesting ideas. I enjoyed it, but you know, I see the criticisms, but I really enjoyed it. And this is after like having given up on the Star Wars series in general and being like, I don't want to watch.
What
any
point
more
did you
of
give
this.
up?
After Obi-Wan? I did not like Obi-Wan.
I found Obi-Wan enjoyable. It bends the canon so much it breaks it. It makes no sense in canon.
Yeah.
But I
just also
enjoyed
thought
it.
There was a lot of stupid writing in it. And I don't even mean bad dialogue. I mean like stupid writing.
Yes, I agree. To me, Obi-Wan is in the win column, but Book of Boba Fett, besides having like some interesting ideas and cool moments, was mostly a dud.
Yeah. I didn't watch Ahsoka.
Ahsoka was so mind-numbingly boring.
I don't care about the character really, not having.
Well, even if you did, you
yeah.
wouldn't like her because everything that was interesting about her is gone. Because now she's a Jedi and she's just like, I'm quiet and monotone, and it's like, okay, well, that's not what we liked about this character at all. Ahsoka really sucked, really bad. So
and Andor, I think, is just one of the
and Andor's just incredible. It's just like the
pieces
best
of
things ever.
television that's ever happened. I just love it, love it, love it. Can't recommend it enough.
Can't wait for Andor season 2 so badly.
I know, and that's gonna be it, right? I think there's
Probably
2 parts. Which, you know what? Great. Let it be great.
Yeah,
let it be
done.
so good.
Yeah. I don't think Mando's coming back. I think they're just doing that movie.
It's a movie. Yeah.
It's called Mandalorian and Grogu.
Wonderful. Great title. Love it. No
I
notes.
I love it. But
it did
Grogu
seem very
popcorn
tied
pocket?
up.
Of course.
Oh, yeah. I can't imagine all the merch that's going to come out. But it did seem very tied up at the end there.
They're bringing it into the Ahsoka thing. They're doing...
Oh, okay.
They're doing...
Carl Weathers is not with us anymore. I'm glad we got a last season out of him.
The big bad, I guess, is going to be Thrawn.
Yeah.
So
okay.
it's that.
And we see him in Ahsoka, right?
Yeah, you see him a lot in Ahsoka.
Okay.
Yeah, it was... People liked it because it felt like a spiritual sequel to Rebels, but it had none of the charm of Rebels. Rebels was like vibrant. I would love to see something really different, like super super different. Skeleton Crew looks interesting. I just saw like half a leaked trailer, so it's cool. It looks like it's kids. It's cool. It looks like I don't think they're Jedi or anything like that. And I love Visions.
Yeah.
Because you can just do different shit. That's just
Visions.
really all I want is to do different shit.
Yeah.
And I think...
I want them to do that with the Harry Potter universe. I would love that.
Before we get into Harry Potter,
Okay.
let me ask you this question about
sure.
Acolyte that I just thought of. Were you surprised that Quimir was the big
Not
bad,
at all.
or did you see
Not
it
at all.
coming miles and miles away?
No, because if you're media literate at all, like, or just have read a book,
Yeah.
like, you could see the groundwork they're laying, right? And the moments at which he kind of drops the facade. What? Hello? Come and go.
All right.
Who knows?
I stopped it. Now we're back. So, a random person just walked into the house.
Walked into the house. It's
Someone
all of
just
our.
walked right
It's
in.
Henry's worst nightmare.
Yeah, I guess he was looking for a different house.
Listen, to be fair, it's never happened to us, but that has happened on this block because
Really?
we live on a block where the houses were all developed at the same time by the
Yeah.
same developer, and they're
Yeah.
semi-attached. A lot of these houses look the same.
Yeah.
I because I live here, think they look completely different,
Yeah.
but.
Right.
Someone who maybe hasn't lived here very long,
listen,
maybe had a couple,
I come
coming
here-
home is going into the wrong house. I could see that.
I come over once a month.
He walked in like he knew it was going to be open.
But listen,
like I don't think they have the same kind of door handle as us. He was just like, boy, the door's different today.
I always have a moment of which house is it.
Yeah.
And I've come here for like 15 years. And I come here pretty like once a month maybe over like the last 4 years.
Yeah.
So I get it.
That guy. I think I checked.
Did I
mine
think we
already.
were dead? Yeah, I thought we were going
I
to
was
die.
like, well, I guess it ends. At least we have like it's a Grizzly Man. Like we have a recording of how it went down.
No, I stopped it. I don't know
stopped.
why.
You were like,
I don't
no.
know why I stopped
You're
it.
like I would have been like turn the volume up on the mics. We need the evidence of what's
and
gonna happen.
that's what we done.
Confidence when he walks in
He's-
the door. He's like, of course, this is my house.
We're watching the video on the ring. Can I tell you my ring adventures?
Oh, tell me.
So, Jen has a ring. And
Phil, though, I don't know if you heard this, but I was like, that man thought he was going to be shot. Like, when you came down, he was like, I'm going to get shot. I'm going to get shot.
I thought my parents came home and we were in trouble.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Put away the beer.
The real owners of this house came back. Sorry, go on. Jen is a ring. I'm sorry. That was just a wild. I don't know. Am I a sociopath? My heart rate didn't even go up. I was like, yep, there comes the stranger to kill me, I guess.
This is it.
This
is it. Here it is.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go on.
So Jen lives with her aunt, and they order pizza from this one place, and there's this guy. We say that he flirts with her aunt. He every time he comes, she opens the door and he goes, "Hello, my dear." He's like an old Italian man.
I love it.
And he gives her the pizza, and he fucking drags Jen because sometimes Jen forgets to close like the second door, and he's like, "I'll close it. I know your niece doesn't know how to close it." so, you could look from your phone. So no matter where we are, we see when he's coming.
Yeah.
So there's there's a mic.
Yeah.
So I've started every time this man comes, I turn the mic on and go, and he makes a face like he's like, and I don't think he knows it's me. So he just thinks that as she's coming to get her pizza, Jen's aunt just rips a juicy fart every single time.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
And I'm addicted to it. I can't stop.
Here it comes.
She's like, "Oh, so he's coming." I'm like, "Oh, give it to me." It's so good. It's so good. It's my favorite thing to do in the world.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Have you, since you've had the ring, have you had moments, not like that, but moments where you're like, you just saw somebody creeping outside and you're like, this probably was all through history and we didn't know that there were creepers outside our doors all the time.
Well, not outside the front door, thankfully, but like we had someone trying the cars.
Ooh.
And they actually my neighbor's car was unlocked, so got in, stole some stuff from their car, and then, I sent her the video because you can see them trying our car.
Wow.
And then it's wide enough that you can actually see them getting into her car, but no, you can't see a face or like who it is or whatever. But there's that. That was freaky. And then one time a delivery guy, I have like a fake olive tree right outside the front door.
Yeah.
And I see the delivery guy like reach over, like touch one of the olives. He goes, "Oh, that's awesome."
Yeah.
That's like,
That's fun.
cool. Cool, man.
Do you ever put on some of the pre-recorded things? Like for Halloween, we had like the we'll be right there.
That's fun. We started with this last Christmas, so we did the Grinch.
That's nice.
Yeah, which was cool. The kids like went crazy. I have a pre-recorded one just always like, we can't come to the door right now. And sometimes I'm like, we're here, like talking over it. Like, I'll be right down.
Yeah. The ring is fun. Do what I do. Start doing farts.
Just doing farts.
Yeah. I started
the kids
by
love
doing
to play
ghosts,
with the ring.
going, ooh. But the fart, I'm getting more joy
So
out of that.
good. That is
But I
great.
also, I'm a real juvenile. Like, every time Jen has to make a phone call, I do fart noises. And it's because she can't hear a fart noise without giggling. So, like, she has no ability to not. Like, literally, if she has to make a phone call, she's like, please, I'm going to go to another room. Please promise me.
You're not going to make a fart noise.
And I'm like, okay. And I do it.
You're like, okay, I promise. Not this time. Not this one.
I tell her, like, I wouldn't do it if it didn't tickle you. So, she can't not laugh. But that's when you have that's a strong relationship. That's what that is right there.
That's nice. That's nice.
We have fun. So what else is going on? I was talking last time I was with Anthony. I was talking about my book slump, my reading slump.
Okay.
I shoved myself out of that slump.
Oh, did you?
I pushed through. I was like, you know what? I was reading a book that I wasn't loving. I was like, step one, abandon this shit. I'm closing this book goodbye.
Okay. What book would you get stuck on?
A Star Wars book.
Oh.
It wasn't necessarily bad. It's just like it wasn't going. I wasn't flowing. And then I was like, okay, I just need to read it on my Kindle. I have to accept that I can't read books on paper anymore. I just can't. I like to read at night. I like to not be cumbersome. So I was just like, I'm a 100% Kindle man now, and I got I read like a bunch of things like quickly, like.
Okay.
I got like a fun YA.
Okay.
Let me get some fun
That's always
YA.
good to get you out of a funk. Something short and sweet.
I read One of Us is Lying.
Oh, okay. I've heard of that.
Yeah, it's like a YA mystery thing. It's like 5 kids in detention. One of them dies.
Oh my god!
And then but he was poisoned, and they're all suspects. And you keep going through all their points of view.
Poison is a woman's tool.
Not in this case.
Oh.
So that was really good. Now, then I read a book about
poison,
like the joy of reading.
Oh,
it was like Reasons I Read, but it was like a funny book. It was like funny essays. And now I'm reading another.
Essays are good for that too.
Oh, I love it.
Shake
I love a fun
it.
essay. And now I'm reading another like YA kind of book called Dead Girls Talking.
Oh, okay.
It's like another. I don't know. I'm in a YA spooky.
Love it. Getting ready
lately.
for spooky season.
I'm so ready.
By August, I think everyone is, right? I mean,
I believe Spirit Halloween opened this week.
Yeah, they're up, they're out. We got the Halloween costumes planned, so now we have to execute them.
What are they going to be?
Peter wants to be a Ghostbuster.
Absolutely.
It's a surprise to no one, but we want to do it nice. You know, we'll help him achieve his dream.
Sure.
And Henry wants to be the ghost with the most. He wants to be Beetlejuice.
Wow. Now, is that weird for you because you've spoken so much about your attraction to
Well,
Beetlejuice?
I mean, I just imagine that would be my child with Beetlejuice.
Oh, that would be
your
it's offspring.
Like, right. Exactly.
Right.
So,
and you met Beetlejuice at Universal.
Oh, we sure did. And when I came up,
how
he
was
went,
that?
"Hey, Mama." I was like, "Oh," and
You're like,
I went, "Uh-oh."
Oh, I'm going to slip out of my chair.
Oh. Oh, man. Yeah. I did. You know, he did not put his arm around me, but I put my arm around him.
Yeah. You're lucky no one asked you to leave.
Oh, they did.
Ma'am,
we
please.
left immediately after that.
Ma'am, stop touching Beetlejuice.
It was no longer comfortable for us to stay.
What's his shtick? Like, what does he say to you?
You know, I actually asked what he said to Henry because he like bent down and said something to Henry.
Yeah.
And I don't know, Henry was just like all smiles. He loves Beetlejuice.
That's great. That's awesome.
Yeah, so he's he's like horny and ghosty. That's his thing, man. That's his thing.
That's a fun walk around character to be.
Oh yeah.
Just to do that.
You know that in the 90s,
Yeah.
the Ghostbusters used to drive out of like the studio
Yes.
lot with Beetlejuice
Yes.
in Ecto 1 with
Yeah.
them. God, what the 90s were so great. Oh,
You also had like Ninja Turtles and Power Rangers walking around.
I don't remember. Oh wait, that was way back. Like I don't remember that.
Actually, I think Power Rangers was at Disney for a little while.
Hmm.
Universal, I think, had Ninja Turtles.
I mean, I could see that because Nickelodeon's also been affiliated
Yeah.
with Universal. But yeah, I don't remember them. But I do remember, like, I Love
Barbie
Lucy
was a
would be
walk-around
there.
character for a little while.
Oh yes, I don't remember her, but I did know that. Marilyn Monroe is there with like a director, like with one of those bullhorns. It's like, all right, doll, get up on this thing.
Oh, I
and
thought
we're
she
gonna
was
do-"
there with like a half, like sleeping pills.
She's there.
on her
she has,
shirt.
like dancers
Yeah.
with her, and they do a number. Betty Boop is there. They have so much
Nice.
streetmosphere. And I think that's one of their biggest strong points versus, say, like Disney World with.
Well, I
with
think their
streetmosphere.
whole thing now is what is Disney not doing or what
Yeah.
is Disney doing wrong,
Yeah.
and let's do it right.
Yeah. Well, that was something we saw after we came back. It's like, we want to explore Hoth. We want to go to like these places from Star Wars. Okay, like we'll give you a totally different planet that looks nothing like the things you like.
Yeah.
And then it's like Harry Potter. It's like, oh, we want to see Diagon Alley. We want to see Hogsmeade. It's like, great, we'll give you an
Right.
exact
And they're building the
replica.
Ministry of Magic.
Yep. They're totally like, well, that's kind of their thing too. Universal was always where you could ride the movies, right? So it's
Right.
like they're sets. They treat them like
Yes,
sets.
yes.
So they want you to go to the exact place.
Right. No, you're right. Yeah. So cool.
It's very immersive. It's very, very cool. This was our first Harry Potter visit to Universal. I mean, we're getting into the obsessions. now.
Okay.
We're getting into that.
Well, you know what? We've had a good chill sesh. Let's
We almost died during this chill sesh.
very unchill.
That was
We
not
should
a
have
chill
brought
one.
him in and asked him what he's been chilling with. What have you been chilling with? Walking into people's houses? I just like walking into strangers' houses. You know,
Was he all right? Like, Bill, I need more information now.
he had a big bag. I feel like he just came from the airport.
He just came from like.
Legally, he could have died.
I mean, well, I don't think this is a stand your ground state, but Even so,
If this were Texas, we could have murdered and tortured him.
Truly thought. I heard it in his voice. He was so like laughing nervously, like, "Oh God, today I die. Today's the day." And we also thought that. So
Yeah.
that's good. And you sounded pissed. You were like friendly pissed, but you're like, "No, I got the door. You can go. I got the door." Like, don't worry. Don't try to close it. I want to get out.
I wanted to see where he was going. Get away from my house.
It's a Friday. He was out. He was having a grand old time with his big backpack
You know what?
filled with women.
More Fridays to go.
Uh-oh.
More Fridays to go.
I was like, I'm not getting out of this chair
Yeah, I saw you not move.
at all.
You really accepted your
I
fate.
was
You're like,
I was
"Oh,
simply
I'm
too
dead."
seated. I will not get out.
All right, let's take a break. We'll come back with obsessions. Welcome back to BCMC. I'm Mike Bongiorno. I'm joined today by Janine Gagliardi. It is the Obsessions segment.
right.
These are the things we're currently obsessed with, and my obsession is
Am I
truly
looking
obsession.
at this now? Is that
No.
the obsession?
No, I'm just looking at TikToks or whatever. I'm looking at Instagram. No, my obsession is Longlegs.
Oh, okay. That's right. Because you and Anthony were sort of like making these references. I'm like, what? What is? And you're like, this is a Longlegs chat now. Please get on board. I was like, I'm so sorry.
Long legs too.
Me and Anthony want to see Longlegs.
Stop it. All right. You guys saw Longlegs. Have you seen it again?
No, but I want to.
You want to?
I've
Okay.
not stopped thinking about it, though.
Okay.
It's a true obsession.
Yeah.
Ask me if it's great.
Is it?
No.
It's not.
It's good.
Okay.
And there's things in it that are fascinating.
Yeah.
But there's things in it that are stupid.
Okay.
And the centerpiece is Nicolas Cage's performance as Longlegs, which is simultaneously genuinely scary and unnerving, but also hilarious.
Yeah.
It's
That's his wheelhouse.
Which is crazy because you feel like, how can those two things exist at the same time?
Yeah.
How can I be laughing at something and be scared of it? But I feel like if I were literally in the room with Longlegs, I'd be terrified. I don't know if you've seen Longlegs.
I've seen I have seen it, but not the movie. I have seen him
Right.
in like the prosthetics.
Right. It's all the idea is the character has had a ton of plastic surgery.
Okay.
And it's gone insane. So it's like cheek implants, and he's doing this weird voice, which he based on his mother.
Weird.
And he's like, "Oh, there she is, the birthday girl. I'm sorry. It seems I wore my long legs today." As he bends down to talk to a child. It's so creepy. And the marketing behind this movie has been just brilliant. They didn't show him in the trailers. They had billboards with like phone numbers on it. You'd call and hear him like singing happy birthday.
Yeah.
They're still doing it. There's hidden images in the movie of like the Devil.
What?
And they just put out a TV spot that shows those moments, and it's like, look closer. And it's like, oh, you're scaring me.
No.
It
I hate those. Haunting of Hill House used to do that all the
Yeah.
time. I'd be like, no.
Yeah.
This show scared me enough as it is.
This show does it. The Devil
The DeVille.
with like a real like goat head Devil appears at least 9 different places.
Whoa.
Sometimes just in the background. Sometimes like it's reflected in something.
Ugh.
It is so upsetting.
Oh.
But that's what people, I should have said complete spoilers for Longlegs. That's what people don't like about it, which is it starts off very much a procedural, very much it feels like Silence of the Lambs,
Right,
and then it gets
right.
supernatural. And some people are off board when that happens. But I
Some
was
people
like,
are on board when
yeah,
that
I was
happens.
like,
I remember the
Let's
first
go
season
for
of
it.
True Detective was absolutely stunning piece of television, and still is, holds up. But
Yeah.
I think people wanted it to become supernatural, and it never really did
yeah,
become
Longlegs,
supernatural.
Longlegs,
And it is
absolutely.
See, this is what I was
becomes
wondering about
supernatural.
it, because, for instance, in True Detective season 1, it's a cult that worships something, right?
Yeah.
But there's no actual magical elements. It's all real people doing real things.
Well, it's a little bit, right? There's moments where it could be like acid flashbacks from McConaughey, You know what I mean? There is a little bit of surrealism.
It's certainly surreal, definitely, but you never get the sense that, because a lot of people were disappointed by that anything actually supernatural.
I heard that last season, the Jodie Foster season that just happened, was like straight up sci-fi.
I don't know that I would call it sci-fi.
You saw it? You watched it?
We watched it. We did.
Was it good? There was also the Mahershala Ali season. Which
I didn't watch that. It's supposed to be great. That season's supposed to be really good. But I didn't watch that season. And I didn't watch the LA season with like Vince Vaughn and Colin Farrell.
That was the second one. That was the big drop off for people because it was not at all what you wanted.
Right. People stopped watching after that. I intended to watch it, but then I read everything about it and I was like, I don't want to watch this. And then with this most recent season, it felt, I'm like, oh my gosh, she's back. She's Silence of the Lambs thing. She's doing her thing.
Yeah.
I need to see it. I love Night Country. Like, I love that concept of like the 24-hour darkness in the super northern areas of the world. Like, I absolutely love that. So I was like, great, love it.
Yeah.
They set up a lot of really interesting ideas, but ultimately they dropped the bag. It was like very Ryan Murphy, like very like
that's a real bummer.
We got great like a couple episodes and then it ultimately goes nowhere.
That's a bummer. So
I didn't like that. And they gave her the showrunner, they gave her a second season. So I'm like, I will not be watching that second season. She wrote a show and couldn't sell it.
Yeah.
And then HBO was like, well, what if you make it a True Detective season? And then she was like, oh, okay, I could do that. I like that show.
Yeah.
And then retooled it. And it feels like that. So,
okay.
You know.
Okay, I get it. I think that would like Longlegs.
I probably would. I'm very interested in it.
It's a film that equals more than the sum of its parts. When people criticize it, I completely understand their criticisms, but at the same time, I can't stop thinking about it, and that means something.
Right.
You know, I've had moments.
The gestalt of Longlegs.
And I've had moments in the last couple of weeks since I saw it. It's been like 2 weeks where like I get up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom and like I'm a little scared of the dark.
Whoa.
Which is almost 41-year-old man, like
I love movies
that watches horror all the time.
Yeah.
To be that unnerved. Yeah. It has a few jump scares, but it's mostly just atmosphere. And there's an excruciating scene where the main character, played by Micah Monroe from It Follows, she's like sitting at a desk and behind her is an open doorway to a kitchen. And I'll tell you, nothing happens, but the way it's framed and the way the scene plays out, you're constantly like, oh my God, something's gonna be there. Please look behind you. I'm uncomfortable. It's just like you're just uncomfortable, and then nothing happens, at least in that moment. Like nothing comes. Longlegs doesn't walk into her kitchen. You know what I mean? Right. Like, but you're like,
I saw something
everyone in the theater, you feel the buttholes getting tense.
So tense. I love that.
It was a great theater experience.
I'm sure it was.
Did it get
hot in there? Like it did when we saw Cloverfield.
No, it didn't
literally
get hot.
The theater got hot.
Well, I was eating the new
Flaming Hot Cheetos.
No, the Alamo pyrotechnic popcorn.
Oh, jeez.
Have you had that?
No.
Do you want the shits? It is popcorn that has like cheese and then like garlic powder. It's like meant to be super hot.
Whoa.
And I don't know, like maybe this is the first day on the menu and they like put too much. I was like, my mouth was burning and I couldn't stop. So I was feeling hot.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But it was late. There was a good amount of people. Like, you know, it had that vibe. It was like
that. I love a good theater watch. When we saw the It remake,
it
was a hot crowd,
really,
which made it so much fun to watch in the theater.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely.
Because like everyone's screaming, and then there's like that sort of like nervous laugh afterwards. Like the whole theater. I love that.
Yeah. Everyone, and I was also laughing,
but
I don't think I was annoying anybody because other people were laughing too. Yeah. There's a scene where they show like they have Longlegs in custody and they show him like, and he's singing "Happy Birthday," and then the cop pauses it and she's like, "It goes on like that for 24 more minutes," and everyone laughed because you know it really did.
Yeah,
you know, there are 24 minutes of him just singing "Happy Birthday." It seems like. I don't know what was on the page, but it seems like Nicolas Cage just did whatever he wanted. And God bless him, because when he's on the screen, it is captivating.
Yeah.
It's terrifying and captivating, and you're like, every choice you're making makes me uncomfortable. Everything you're doing is wrong. Everything you're doing
It's
is
amazing
bad.
that he's been around for that long and is still pulling that stuff out. Like he's still surprising
It's
people.
a fearless performance.
I think that's what he is. And I know
He
he
just
needs,
goes.
I know he needs money because he like bought a pyramid and like a T-Rex skull and some other shit. But like, what a gift to us that he's broke. Like because he's been just churning them out and making gold. Like the last few years, he's been making
The last
really
few years
good
have been really
stuff.
good. What was the one where he's like in everyone's dreams?
Oh, yeah.
That was really good. Did you see that?
No. We
was-
discussed the trailer for that one.
Yes, we did. We
Yeah.
talked about the trailer. Oh wait, is it Sleep Scenario?
Dream Scenario.
Dream Scenario.
That's it.
He's been really good. He's just really good.
And he's becoming a little like a horror king.
Yeah, right. With Mandy and things like that. But you know what is like? People think realism is a style that you can use as an artist, but people I think tend to think that with acting, realism is the only choice, and for him, it's not. He's doing something, but it's not realism. You don't believe he's that person, but he's embodying it in such a fascinating, surreal way. It's like surreal acting.
Yeah.
And fucking him as Longlegs is fucking just bananas. It's just it's good. I can't stop thinking about it. I do want to see it again. I feel like I didn't want to see it again right away because I've been like just ruminating on it and thinking about it and watching like videos on it. And now I want to go back and see how I feel
Revisit,
the
yeah.
second time. But like Jen does not want to see it.
Did she watch it with you the first time?
No, it just Anthony did.
Okay.
No, she does not like scary movies.
Yeah.
She did want me to go and see it and then tell her everything that happened in it.
Oh, this is why I love the Ruined podcast. I absolutely
Yes.
love the Ruined podcast.
I've been listening to Ruined.
And I like it mostly for movies I've seen. Like I just like to hear
Yeah.
them discuss it and like kind of go over it beat for beat. It's like rewatching the movie.
Yeah, I like Ruined. Ruined is good.
Ruined is fun. I find them very funny.
What's your current obsession?
It's Universal. I've been talking about it this whole time. I mean,
What?
we came back. We had a blast. It was so humid. We were all puddles the whole time
Sure.
we were there. But had a great time. And it was like all new, basically. Like
Well, you've been have been.
I
like,
haven't
years and
been,
years and years.
yeah. And they added a bunch of screen rides in like 2016, 2017. And then they added like a ton of new stuff recently. So Universal Studios, the actual park, basically only has E.T., Men in Black, and
Still has Men in Black,
we
huh?
still have Men in Black. And what's the other one that they still have?
Mummy.
Mummy. Yeah, but we didn't go on that this time because we had the littles with us and we weren't taking them on that. But basically just those 3 rides. And then everything else is brand new. Like in the less than 10 years.
Right.
So it was really like just visiting a new theme park. It's like they have the Minions Land, which of course the kids love.
Yeah.
They have, the screen ride section. They have like a Transformers one. We didn't like that. The Jimmy Fallon ride, which absolutely don't sleep on it. It's great. And then they still have all the Streetmosphere. They have, the New York area. The Blues Brothers is still there doing their thing.
Yeah.
But now they have a new parade. The parade is fantastic. The floats are
Yes,
incredible.
I've been seeing it online.
So good. It
There's
was
like a Jaws float.
there's a
and
Jaws
the mayor
float.
from Jaws is there.
no, but it was pouring at that point. So like,
Really?
yeah. I just heard Bill going like Vaughn, but he was like it was downpouring. Quint was strapped to. They were all like all the performers
it.
who are on the parade floats are like strapped in so they don't fall off, of course. And he was like, he looked like Captain Ahab. He was like weathering the storm and like really hamming it up for everybody. That was really fun. The Ghostbusters float is incredible.
Yes.
The storm really added to the Jurassic Park
Sure.
float because it was really like the scene, like this T-Rex
Yeah.
is coming down, and the T-Rex float has this working animatronic of the T-Rex that looks really beautiful, and there's thick saliva in the
Ew.
mouth and on the teeth, strings of saliva that
Nice.
looks so real.
That's
It's
nice.
so nice. And then, of course, all the Harry Potter stuff
yeah,
was like
yeah.
pitch perfect, really beautiful. We got to ride the Hogwarts Express there and back. Simpsons World was amazing. Simpsons World's amazing for the merch and the food. Like
Okay.
they have so many food options. They have great merch.
Mm-hmm.
It really is like you walked into the cartoon. So we had a blast. They had a new DreamWorks World there for the little kids. They have troll stuff.
Oh, cool.
So that was really fun. Islands of Adventure is mostly the same,
Yeah.
but they have Universal also has like a huge coaster called the Rip Ride Rocket. We did not go on that. But Islands of Adventure pretty much has everything the same, with the exception of they have a huge new coaster called Velocicoaster. It looks crazy.
Okay.
And then they had this Kong screen ride that they made a few years back. We didn't go on that because they said there was like a warning. Like little kids were tall enough to go on it, but they had this warning outside, like it's too intense, like it's too scary. So we didn't take them on.
It just looks like screen rides bum me out.
I agree. Typically, I mean, I love the Spider-Man ride, but I have to say, we're like talking up the Jimmy Fallon ride. Like, don't sleep on it. It was really fun. It was a good one. So now we returned from the trip, and all the kids want to watch is like POV 4K.
Yeah.
Front row.
Yeah.
Of whatever ride that they did.
Okay.
And they're like reliving the trip over and over again. Henry did some drop rides.
Wow.
He did Jurassic Park River Adventure.
That's the original Jurassic Park.
That's
right?
that's the original Jurassic Park.
I've never done it. I would not do it.
I don't love it. I don't love a drop ride, but I would do it. But I didn't this time because I was like, oh, I gotta stay with Peter. You go.
Yeah.
And then he did Dudley Do Right. Dudley Do Right. We did not do when we went, and it's because I went on that ride one time as a teenager, and I never wanted to do it again. It's so much steeper than it looks, and it's like cute and cartoony and colorful and. You know, nothing about it suggested it's a scary ride. And then the drop is nuts. And like the part that you can see, it goes further than that. Like it goes under further.
What is it a log flume?
It's like a log flume ride, yeah. It's like Splash Mountain, but it
really goes steep.
And it goes like on a curve. So it's like, it really gets you. It's not like Splash Mountain, I feel like has an angle to it. So the drop is gentler. This is like, they drop you. Henry came out hysterically crying. He was like, and I was holding him. I'm like, oh, buddy. And he's like, I thought I was gonna die. But he's been rewatching it and then like telling like whoever's over.
Yeah.
I went on it. I went on that.
Can you believe it? The bravery.
I'm very proud. So we had a blast.
That's
and
awesome.
And we got to go to the Epic Universe preview.
Yeah,
experience.
How was that?
It's a store, but in the center they have like the 3-dimensional map.
Yeah.
They went all in on How to Train Your Dragon.
Like, oh, really?
It is humongous. Like by far the biggest
of
the Epic Universe lands.
Smart.
So, but I don't know why. I'm like, is it that popular? My kids didn't want to watch that movie.
I don't
like
know.
We started it and they got bored.
I liked the first movie.
I liked it too.
I don't know how popular it is.
Fine.
Although it's a great idea just for a park.
Yeah.
I mean, remember like when they did when Disney did Animal Kingdom, they were supposed to be like in a myth section.
Yeah.
Which they never did.
Yeah.
It's like that, like dinosaurs and dinosaurs.
Dragons and all dragons. I mean, they kind of had that prior to Harry Potter being there because they had dueling dragons.
Yes.
And that area was like a no IP zone
yes.
where it was just kind of like fantasy. And they had Greek and they had Arabian Nights.
Yeah,
wasn't
that where they had what do you call it? Poseidon's?
They had Poseidon's thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had like the many adventures of like Sinbad, I think. And then they also had this like tree. That was a restaurant, and it was like a tree with a face, and it was like supposed to be almost like a Dungeons and Dragons type of tavern or something that you would go to, and it was right across from Dueling Dragons. This has gotten me into the Universal YouTubers because I'm always like I've always been into like the Disney YouTubers.
Sure.
But there's this guy Vincent Vision. He's a Universal YouTuber, so he's just I'm always amazed at their like encyclopedic knowledge of what I consider much smaller of a thing than Disney. But they have so much IP, and they own so much music because of all their record labels.
Sure, yeah.
So they're able to use so much in the parks, which is really incredible, and include like songs in their rides and stuff that you wouldn't get on others. Like you wouldn't get that necessarily at Disney. So that has been interesting to see. And then I have this video bookmarked of like differences between Universal Studios like now versus 25 years ago, which is like sort of the era that I was there. And I just kind of want to see like what they've changed exactly. So now I'm deep into the Universal side of theme park living.
How did some of the material look for the Monsters Land.
Okay, so when you enter all of the lands, you have to enter through like a tunnel.
Yeah.
And you see that. And so there's like an electrical spire. They did that in like the preview. You can see the spire.
Yeah.
And then you enter into a village. Like you can see the entrance comes into almost like a Hogsmeade type village. And that's where like the restaurant is going to be. And then you come up to the castle, which I guess is Dracula's castle. Yeah. And then you can see like a massive warehouse behind that. Because they include all the plans for like where they're housing these rides. So that's going to be a screen ride, probably with a track component. We did Gringotts. That's a screen ride with a track. Yeah. Sort of like Revenge of the Mummy.
Yes.
They do that a lot too, where they'll do these hybrid rides.
Yeah.
Those, I think, are pretty successful. Like,
yeah,
Gringotts is
I don't have
cool.
a problem with that.
Because Gringotts is an actual ride, but it includes a lot of screens.
Anti-Semitism.
God.
So much anti-Semitism.
Oh, boy. I mean, we see it now, right? Well, now we'll do better. But yeah, so it seems like there's a lot of screen rides in the Ministry of Magic area because you can see there's like 2 or 3 big warehouses behind facades. Isle of Berk seems to be all outside. Like it seems like the rides are all outside, and the Super Mario Land seems to be all outside as well. Yeah. And you can see the Donkey Kong roller coaster that they have. And like cute little Yoshi rides, or like
that's the vibe, man.
The thing about the Super Mario,
it's like the People Mover, the Yoshi ride.
Yeah, it looks like that. They have in Islands of Adventure the Dr. Seuss trolley. It just kind of takes you around. So I'm very excited to go on that. But I feel like the Super Mario Land looks cheap. I feel like it looks cheap everywhere. It looks cheap in Tokyo. It looks cheap in LA. It's just primary colors. I think look cheap to me.
Right. Okay.
It's not their fault. It's just how it looks. But I'm excited to go. Mm-hmm. And then, do they have another land?
Well, they're like the central hub is
Celestial Park.
Yeah, it
looks like a lot of space. Like it's just open space, like truly like a park. So I don't know if they're gonna fill that with anything. It looks very pretty. And then they have the massive hotel.
Oh yeah.
And the hotel is going to be on property, so you can just walk into Celestial Park from the hotel. It looks like you don't have to take a boat or anything.
Wow, that's interesting.
But then everywhere else, it seems like you'd have to take from any of the other hotels. You'd have to take like a bus, I think. I don't think it's connected in any way. Because what's cool about the hotel system at Universal is you take a boat. Like there's just a boat that connects all of them. Just a lot of fun. But we stayed at Hard Rock. Highly recommend. We had a fun time. It was a good one. Nice. It was a good hotel.
Yeah, I'm excited for. I guess the thing I'm most excited for is the Universal Monster Land because that's the IP I like the most.
Okay, when I went to the store, I was like looking for the Universal Monster merch. Now they have their own they have their store on the like Hollywood Boulevard with just the stuff for each monster, but this was the stuff for Dark Universe or whatever it's called, and I hated the design. It's like all black with like blue lightning, and I hated it.
What about the actual guys? Because it seems like they're not designing them. Obviously, I knew that they would have to update them, but they don't look like the guys we know.
They're not on the merch outside of like a silhouette. They're in silhouette on the merch, but they have not really developed that merch yet. Right. And what they have now is, I don't like it. I didn't pick a
like what kind of stuff did they have?
They had like the usual fare: keychains, towels, glasses, mugs, but they had all like the same design on everything, and it was just this like the silhouette of the monsters and then like blue lightning in a black background. It was I hated it. I just hated it. Okay. So, and I told the guy when we were checking out, because I was buying something that was Universal Monsters themed, but it was stuff from the other stores. Yeah. It's just like one thing of a monster, and I was like, I wanted to buy something from this land, but like I hate this design, and he was like, we all kind of don't like. I'm like, I know you guys didn't design it. I'm just saying He's like, we're waiting for the good stuff.
Yeah,
to come in.
I mean, it's the sort of
it's the preview.
Yeah. They'll figure it out. Very cool. So, and what did you go on? What's the big Harry Potter ride?
Is it Escape from Gringotts?
I guess that is. What's the one?
Oh no, the big one was the new one or newer one, which is the Hagrid's Motorbike Adventure.
Now, is that just a roller coaster?
Yeah. It's a weird roller coaster. It doesn't have like loops or hills or drops. It is just fast.
You're thinking of a train.
I'm thinking of a train. That's what I'm thinking of. It's, you know what? It's just a car. No, it's
actually, I'd like it if it was just fast.
It's just fast.
I like Test Track.
If you almost like Test Track, yes. Yeah. If you want to do what we've been doing and do a POV 4K front row, of Hagrid's Motorbike Adventure. It is just fast. It's like
Really?
they do turns, but they're not like upset. They're just turns, and it's just incredibly fast.
Really?
And then they do one thing where they kind of like go up and then, but not that high. Like
Yeah.
they go up and then they're like, whoops. And then they go backwards and then you go backwards for a portion of it. But
Ah.
it's like, it's not up and down.
I'm fine.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that.
You might actually be able to do it. It's just super duper fast. And people love it. Like people go crazy. They do not have an express pass lane for that ride, which is why we
Really?
didn't do it. Because Henry was just tall enough and he wanted to. But I'm like, bud, you think you're going to handle like 2 hours of wait? Like, 'cause I don't think I'm going to handle that. And he was like, oh, I know we'd get there. And he'd be like, I have to go to the bathroom. I'm like, okay, sorry. Because we have to leave now.
Me and Jen did this thing in the city, the Manhattan, for where we are. You know, like the Circle Line where they have like the little cruises that go like it's like an hour. And you go
Yeah.
around the Hudson River. Okay, so they have a new thing called the Beast, and the Beast is a giant
Is it the speedboat?
green speedboat.
Oh, okay.
And they blast cock rock and it's just fast. It's fast, and then you're bumping. Like there's drops because whoever actually his name is Big Diesel. Big Diesel's the name of the guy driving the boat.
Hell yeah.
What Big Diesel, I guess,
Is he a Wookiee?
Is very good. No, of course not. He's not doing repairs. He was driving it. Big Diesel's like a good enough driver. I don't know what you call it. That he'll see like a wave and like know that he can get a drop out of it. Well, like you go out and then he does 2 big turns where you get wet. And they tell you like you're gonna get wet on this. It's like a thrill ride on a boat.
Oh, man.
And Hudson River water.
You're going to get staph.
I
man.
had
You're like, close your
sepsis.
mouth.
It's so gross. And then they, and it's just cock rock and they were playing like Bon Jovi and everybody's singing it and putting their hands up and you're going so fucking
That
fast.
sounds really fun.
It's really good. It's really good. Like it's long too. Like a ride in a park is never that long.
Right.
The only like respite is you stop in front of the Statue of Liberty and they're like, okay, you want to take selfies? Well, he's gonna go around and take selfies, and then like you take out your phone, but do a selfie.
Right.
But then he's like, all right, I want to go fast again, and then you fucking Big Diesel hits the fucking.
I
mean, like it's going so fast, like the boat is like.
not even touching the water.
Yeah, like that, yeah, like you're like, like it's like, and I was worried. I'm an old man, so I was worried like I was gonna be sick or my back was gonna hurt.
Yeah.
No, I was thrilled. It was so good.
Man.
But we were soaking wet with the grossest water you can imagine.
Oh,
there were like
God.
condoms and like dead mafia members on me. It was disgusting.
And just dental floss picks. So many. They're always on the beach.
Yeah.
Who's flossing this much?
I saw, I guess this how you could see this if you're really looking. But when we were out there, we saw a boat, and then next to the boat, I guess it was his friend's boat, was a guy swimming.
Ew.
Yeah.
No.
Ew.
Okay. I was a competitive swimmer.
Yes.
We had an opportunity because they were doing this race to like swim the harbor.
Yeah.
And like you'd swim around the Statue of Liberty and like as part of this race, and like none of us did it except, well, I don't know if you want to bleep her name, Angela. Their parents should have been
like,
a
you're
little,
not going in
and
that
she
river.
did it, and she got so sick afterwards.
Really?
Yes, she actually got really sick.
That is, you cannot go in that water.
No, you cannot. So yeah, she did that race. Like it was like not really like a competition. It was more like we're gonna do this thing, almost like a triathlon.
It's like brown.
It is.
It looks
And
like the river of chocolate.
everyone
in
was
Willy
like,
Wonka.
no, and her parents were like, okay, sure, and she got sick as a dog. Yeah, so that was not good.
Yeah,
That was not good.
it was gross, but it was fun to get splashed. It was fun to go fast.
That sounds like a great
Do
time.
it. Do the beasts.
We always see the
I don't think you can bring the kids. I don't think they're tall
I don't
enough.
think they're big enough, right? No, we always see like it's not a pirate ship. I think it's a historical sailing boat, but you can go for sails on it. It's like next to South Street Seaport.
Yeah.
We always see that one when we're like in the city. We're like, boys, you want to go on that ship? And they're like, no. So, okay, well, like whatever. I guess we can go fuck ourselves then.
Hilarious. All right, this has been a big episode. We
As
learned a
always.
lot. We learned a lot about Wookiees and what they are capable of as a people. and we had people walk in here.
People just walking in off the street.
We had a special guest today.
We had a special guest.
This
Terrified
fucking
man.
doo-doo-doo who walked in.
Who terrified us all.
Imagine he was a Wookiee. Then I'd be like, I get it. You can't.
Come on in.
Doors are hard for you to understand. All right, this has been BCMC. I'm Mike Buongiorno. I'm here.
His Longlegs came into our house.
Oh, I hear you doing
I
a.
heard you having a
I hear you
podcast.
doing a podcast. Oh,
Is it your birthday?
Bro, happy birthday. Oh, I brought my long legs today.
I don't like that.
Oh, it's a.
Does he have
good-
short legs?
No,
he
it's like a
saying-
dad joke.
Is he? Oh, why?
Because when he sees the girl in the first scene is a scene where like you see a girl and you can't you see like the bottom of his mouth
Yeah.
and he's like, oh, I'm sorry, I wore my long legs today, and then he like bends down to talk to her. So it's a dad joke kind of, but it's also like what he signs his zodiac letters as, and I think
Long legs.
it's not clear, but I think at one point like she decodes them using the word long legs.
Okay.
It's just another weird thing in a movie full of weird things. This has been PCMC. We end our episode by saying,
Go bye bye.
Say it
Happy
like Long
birthday.
Legs.
Go bye bye.
go bye bye.